Zach, JPR, if you guys can hop in the chat, I can just make you mods quick. Raf's already a mod.
Okie doke.
How am I not a mod yet?
That is true, actually. You should have been a mod from the get-go. This guy's been in my chat. I don't want to do this. Should put a...
Hasn't come up here on my feed.
YouTube be like that, bro. You leave YouTube for a year and it doesn't like you no more, regardless of what you do.
Not even the bell icon is saving me tonight. What the hell?
I only see the num Nexus.
I don't see anything on his
I
channel.
see Game Explain, and that's it.
Wait up. I'm gonna tweet this out.
Yeah, I really don't see it. Are you sure you're live, bro?
I'm pretty sure I'm live, bro.
Are you sure you're live, bro?
I'm pretty sure I'm live, bro.
Are you live, bro?
Are you sure he is live?
Oh, I'm unlisted, bro.
You're live!
Oh my
This-
god.
Bro, it's like he's left to himself unlisted. He's left to himself unlisted.
Hold on.
He left us to talk to ourselves, bro.
hold up.
Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's been a while. I had to
I
make
was
sure.
trying to say, there's no way this is in my box right now.
He's live in YouTube studio on his own. What the hell?
Man had an unlisted stream. Oh my god.
It had to be that way, bro. We had bear tests. Come on now. What's going on, guys? HybridHero here. There's been a lot of controversy on Twitter as of late. I've seen a lot of slander on a lot of different games for absolutely no reason. But you know what? We decided to take advantage of the opportunity, and we're here to slander on your favorite remix, alright? So what we've done is, we're supposed to have 5 different people here, but we got 4. We got, of course, Mr. JPR.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Got ThePokeRaf, who's definitely not in the morning.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
And we got LumioseTrainerZac munching on some chicken.
What's going on, guys? HybridHero here.
I bet. So, we're supposed to have InfamousTrainer here as well, but last minute he ran some family stuff, so he unfortunately cannot be joining us right now. But the way this is gonna work, honestly, to be real with all of you, I have no idea how this is gonna work. But we all decided to take one specific remake. It's not necessarily our favorites, but we decided to defend it. Take a remake and defend it as the best one. And after we all talk about it,
it's the best one.
what you say?
Mine is my favorite because it's the best one.
Yeah, you know what? We'll talk about HeartGold, SoulSilver in a bit. SoulSilver in a bit.
Yes, unfortunately, not all of us could take HeartGold and SoulSilver, even though we wanted to.
So, I don't know how we're going to do this, but I think we'll go one by one, and we'll just start defending each of them. But I think, you know what? I think each of these remakes, for the most part, are good on their own. Some of them aren't. But definitely, I think all the Twitter slander is like it's not valid, bro. There's no reason HeartGold and SoulSilver should be getting. You know what, Zach? Take it away. I know you're eating right now, but take it away. You start with HeartGold and SoulSilver. Tell him why it's
You're
the
gonna
best.
interrupt this man's chicken?
Why not?
Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Ho-Ho is
All
basically
right,
a giant rainbow chicken. Might as well.
Here we go. So, HeartGold SoulSilver, in my opinion, is the best remake because literally it does everything a remake should, which is basically recreate the original games, but not just recreate it, but enhance the games. I feel like I will never, ever in my life touch Gold, Silver, and Crystal now that HeartGold and SoulSilver exist. There's literally no reason. Like, I know there's a few like day and night cycle mechanics and whatever that it's a bit more intricate in Gold and Silver, but it's like besides that, you know what I mean? Like, it just does everything better. Like, all the trainers, I feel like their Pokemon get updated. I really like how they implemented the national deck. So, like, after you beat the Johto main story and you go to Kanto in the post-game, that's when you unlock, like, Gen 3 and Gen 4 Pokemon. Graphically, I just feel like it's definitely, like, a step up for Generation 4. Like, I love how, like, every generation, even the next games within the same generation, kind of, at least back then, graphically would improve. So we had Diamond and Pearl, which garbage. Then we had Platinum, which is much better, and then HeartGold SoulSilver, which was like it was great. So for me, that's like top tier along with Platinum, right? And it just does everything better. I love the fact that there's a game, right? You want to remake these 2 core games, but there's also a third version, which is kind of the better version. So you take elements from that better version. I know a certain remake like can't really say that, and even another one to some extent, right? There's 2 remakes that don't really take elements from the better version of a region, right?
I don't know about that, bro. I think I don't know about that one. I think it's only one game.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you have to say?
No. Like I think only BDSP doesn't take elements from the better game. I think the other 3 are safe.
Let's Go as well. Let's Go is technically a remake, and they had Fire Red and Leaf. There's no Sevi Islands in Let's Go, so that's already a red flag.
Yo,
All right, hear me out, because I'm doing a video on this right now about things that remakes didn't include, and there is something that HeartGold and SoulSilver didn't include from Crystal. Do you know what it is?
Probably.
I have no idea.
It's the revised Pokemon encounters that Crystal put in the game.
What
so,
revised
like,
encounters did Crystal have?
Yeah, like say, for example,
Growlithe
Sneasel.
is, like, right before Violet City or something.
Yeah, Growlithe is right at Violet City, basically.
Oh yes,
in Crystal.
Yes.
But not in HeartGold SoulSilver. Snubbull was on multiple routes in Crystal, but in HeartGold SoulSilver, it's only on Route 36, and it's a 1% chance. It's like the most unnecessarily rare Pokemon in the entire game. Sneasel was post-game only in original Gold and Silver, and in HeartGold SoulSilver as well. But in Crystal, it was in the Ice Path. So
that
there
wasn't
were
the
a lot
case
of,
in
like,
HeartGold and SoulSilver?
No, I actually did think that Sneasel was an Ice Path in HeartGold
I
SoulSilver.
did too.
I looked it up. It wasn't.
Dang.
Now, some of this stuff is mitigated by the Safari Zone. Safari Zone was a great addition in HeartGold SoulSilver because, like, it lets you get a lot of Pokemon that you normally wouldn't be able to find in Johto in the Johto region, but that's not till much later. So there is still an issue of, like, Pokemon variety at the beginning of the game, which Crystal had somewhat fixed that HeartGold SoulSilver didn't take up. But that's pretty much the only thing.
But
the only flaw of the best remake.
Hold on. So continue on with why it's the best. Like, you have, like, of course it's probably the most beloved, despite what everyone's saying on Twitter. It's probably the most beloved. But how,
That's
like,
my word.
Yeah, you know
It's
what?
the
You
best because, like, it takes a lot from, well, besides the encounter stuff, right? It takes a lot of elements from Crystal, which is the better version of the Gen 2 games. There's also the fact that, like, in the post game, there's a lot more content. Now, to be fair, Gold and Silver already had Kanto as post game, so it already had a ton of content. But I love the fact that Kanto, because of, you know, how limited the game files had to be back then, Kanto was kind of like a shell of its former self compared to Gen 1 Kanto. But then I love how, like, in HeartGold SoulSilver, they expanded on things again. Like how like in Gold and Silver, Viridian Forest is, like, cut down. It's literally just a small maze in Route 2. But they actually brought back the full forest, you know, like details like that. And just all the other, like, additional post-game stuff, like just the additional content in general that's added on top of Gold, Silver, and Crystal. For example, the Sinnoh Battle Frontier was added there. It didn't have to be in that game. It's not a part of Johto, but they put it in there anyways. I know the Battle Tower was, but they added the entire Battle Frontier, which is cool.
see
the Gym Leader rematches, I don't think that was in the original Gold and Silver.
No, it wasn't.
No, Gym Leader rematches.
It wasn't in
until
Crystal
Emerald.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Emerald was the first game with Gym Leader rematches.
Yeah.
So that was added. The additional features like walking with your Pokemon, like it's just like for me, that's like a definitive remake. It's like they take all the good stuff, well, most of the good stuff from, like, the previous games, they build upon it, and then they also just add a bunch more stuff that, like, it makes you not even want to play the originals, like, besides, like, you know, nostalgia reasons, right?
So,
that's
Zach, here is what a lot of critics of
Give it to him.
HeartGold and
Give it to him. I was gonna tell him.
This is not exactly my opinion per se, chat. I'm just throwing that out there.
We gotta play devil's
exactly
advocate.
my
We gotta
thoughts
play
here.
devil's advocate.
But most critics of HeartGold and SoulSilver would say that it is more quantity over quality, and that a lot of the things they add don't address the actual issues of Gold and Silver. What would you say in response to that?
Such as the level scaling. It is definitely the.
That's very true.
It is the level scaling
Lance
is
being
trash.
like level 50 is like
trash. It is terrible.
They did fix it somewhat in the post game though.
No, they did not. What did they do?
A little bit. Like the post game trainers used to be like level 30 in Gold and Silver, and now they're at least like level 50 in HeartGold SoulSilver.
You're talking about the Kanto
It's still
ones?
not great. Yeah, and Kanto.
Nah,
It's still not great.
The
but...
only one that was like Janine. Everybody else was pretty good. Like for like 50 and stuff. 50, 40.
Yeah,
What I will say, you are right. Like even when I do play HeartGold SoulSilver, it's like it's so annoying, and that's definitely a gold and silver problem, and it's something that should have been fixed. But hey, it doesn't to be honest, to me, it doesn't bother me because there's just so much other things that, like, I guess it allows me to overlook the bad. It's like, all right, the leveling kind of sucks, but then once you beat the game, there's still so much more to do. I feel like when you compare how much time you put into the main game as opposed to how much time you can put in the post game, the main game doesn't really affect that much, to be honest. Like I mean, yes, it definitely affects the main game when you play through it. It definitely sucks and it's annoying. But I feel like when you take into account everything else you can do in the game, it's like you forget about it after a while. You're only gonna be in the main game battling freaking Centrits and Flaffies for like maybe the first, I want to say, it sounds kind of bad, but like 20 hours when you play the game. But then the other 80 plus hours you put into the game, you're not gonna be thinking about that. You're gonna be taking on gym leaders in the battle frontier, or taking on Red, or like doing all the other cool stuff you can do in the game.
Raph, you wanted.
I thought.
You know what? Like for HeartGold and SoulSilver, for the replay value that they've got as well, I feel like it's like what Zach was saying, for how they elevated from gold and silver with elements from crystal itself. Like there is arguably evidence for it to be shown as, of course, the best remake. But this is where I think Oras might be able to take it just a little bit further, in my opinion. So hear me out. Right. Oras, yeah? Ruby and Sapphire. When we first got Ruby and Sapphire, I'm sure we can all agree, we looked at these games and thought there's something about them that makes them stand out, because even though from the compared Kanto story from Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then you go into Hoenn, new region, new Pokemon, the next level, like even the commercials that we would get on TV, like of what some kid going into a cave, finding a Pokeball on a rock, and then it opens up the game cartridge and they see a Groudon and Kyogre and everything. I feel like the marketing for those games were really, really good, and for how they portrayed it. But for Oras, for me, I feel like the story in Oras is probably, gosh, I don't know if it's the best, but I feel like it's definitely top tier, and that's purely because of Primal Reversion. Now, you've got two Pokemon, yeah? These legendary Pokemon, super ancient Pokemon. They had their concept maximized all through primal versions of themselves. Like, do you know how cool it is to have a super ancient legendary Pokemon that you know is a threat already, and it gets an additional form on that, all due to its nature concept? Like, a primal Groudon, yeah? Everything to do with the ground and the land and everything. And then a primal Kyogre habitated in the sea. And I felt like that is what a remake has to offer for itself, just for the story in itself. Forget about all of the quality of life features. Forget about all of like the extended content. That's a whole different ballgame to talk about afterwards. But for me, I felt like the story was maximized to the potential, because when we played Ruby and Sapphire, we found out, okay, you got the legendary, it's clashing with its opposing legendary. You're trying to save the world to prevent, the natural disasters of the sea taking over the world, and like, everything being like just landscaped in itself. And then Rayquaza itself is another different concept that we're going to talk about in a minute anyway. But I felt like the story for me, like, it sold it, and it's a proper purpose and like good concept of how a remake should be. Like, look at BDSP now, for example, yeah? I love these games, don't get me wrong. But are you telling me that they could have at least done something to maybe change or switch up one concept for Dialga and Palkia to show off maybe like a true form, or I don't know? Yes, okay, we found out they're going to be super faithful and everything, but there's hella stuff that are not faithful to those games.
And if Game Freak made BDSP, we'd be talking about G-Max, Dialga, and
Palkia. 100%. And you know what? I'm so glad we didn't see that. That's a different topic, but
and even you got the whole mystery dungeon aspect of a primal Dialga there, and primal Palkia's just sitting there on the corner thinking, when's it going to be my turn? And unfortunately, it never got its turn. But I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that I felt like made Oras a pretty good remake in itself. We got X and Y prior to that, and Oras obviously inherited a lot of mechanics from that game. And I feel like the story played a big part in it as well. Now, some people will probably argue like, "Oh, Mega Evolution, Mega Evolution. We've already had Kalos about Mega Evolution," but then again, it relates to Rayquaza. Again, the whole concept of the Rainbow Stone, how Rayquaza was this super being that stopped 2 super ancient Pokemon in their primal forms as well, and had its own Mega Evolution, and it can Mega Evolve on its own. And like Zinnia, like, oh god, bro, I could talk about Zinnia for ages. Like that character, spectacular. But
What kind of way though?
In an appropriate way. But like,
I know it's supposed to be like a battle royale. We're supposed to be like,
Yeah.
oh, Oras sucks because Raf is defending it. But I will say that like probably the most underrated aspect of those games is how they managed to tie in the Gen 6 content.
yeah.
I mean, Primal Reversion itself, like Groudon Kyogre having to go to the Cave of Origin to get that power, it actually fixes a plot hole that I never realized was even there in the original Ruby and Sapphire. Because in the original, they just go to the cave to chill.
Yeah, that's where their lair is, and that's it. You don't find out anything else regarding it. But then when you get the remakes, you get this whole transcribe and transcript of like ancient.
Yeah, and they actually tell you
relics.
why the cave.
Yeah, so good, so good. Like, oh god, I'm gonna sound so.
Yeah, there's
biased
also
with
the
this
fact
now.
that they kind of retconned the red and blue orbs. They use like the blue orb for a Groudon,
Bro,
and the red
that
orb for Kyogre. It's the opposite colors, but then in the remakes, it's the corresponding colors because that's the one that helps them
Associated to
with
the
other
I know it's
Pokemon.
I know it's remake talk, but can we talk about that? Never made any. I remember watching the anime and thinking, "What's wrong with these people? Are they dumb or like am I dumb? Like which one is it? It has to be one or the
It
other."
was like that in the
Kinda
original
garbage.
games too. It was
It's
like that in the
ridiculous.
original games.
That's
where
what I'm
the Red Orb
saying.
controlled Kyogre,
But
the
how
Blue Orb
dumb do you
controlled
have?
Groudon.
Why did
The
they?
opposite.
How dumb do you have to be? Like, why did they think that was?
Well, maybe hang on. Maybe that was actually intentional because if you think about it, maybe that's why they didn't primally revert in
You
in
know
the
it.
original
You know
Ruby
it
and Sapphire.
dang well. They did not plan for remakes.
Maybe they were using the orbs wrong the whole time. Maybe in Oras they figured out, oh wait, if we just match the orbs with the colors of the
Little
Pokemon,
color palette
they'll
error,
finally
yeah.
revert. They were
Oh
thinking
my.
mind control by using the opposite orbs before. See, they had it all planned out.
Yeah,
This
you
is
know what? It didn't matter.
They
If,
knew what they were doing. It wasn't an error. It was an original concept.
if they
That's what I'm
couldn't,
saying. That's probably why they went with the correct colors now, because it's like, oh, why can't primal revert with these items before? It's like, oh, well, they were reversed now. We got them correct this time.
bro, it doesn't matter if they got them correct. They couldn't control them in the original forms. What made you think you could control them in their primal forms? Come on, now.
Also, like, they introduced the Jade Orb in HeartGold SoulSilver, and they just completely forgot about it in Waras. They were like, we're just
Oh,
not
I
going to use
forgot
that.
that existed.
Yeah, that's like a super obscure item that just nobody remembers. Like, oh yeah, there was a Jade Orb.
Huh? Interesting.
Wow.
You know what? I
Alright,
will
now
say.
it's time to trash on Oras. Time.
Yeah, bro.
Actually, I'll let you go.
Oh yeah, trash time.
No,
Trash
no, no.
time.
I've got some bad things to say. I've got some bad things to say about this game. Now,
You're supposed to defend the game.
I'm gonna be neutral. I'm gonna be neutral, bro.
No,
I've
you
gotta be
can't.
Neutral.
You're the represent. Fine. You be
Well,
fine.
Oras already lost. If Raph is
I haven't
already.
even finished talking about the good stuff.
If Raph
Yeah,
is
I'm like
already-
the side man for it. I'm like good, the good, the bad.
Oras can't win this debate if the man defending Oras is trashing Oras.
Look, Raph.
I'm just too, bro.
It says it's 1 minute and 5 seconds on mine.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I hope it doesn't lag. I don't know why it's lagging. JPR, you passed the lag over to me, dog.
I guess
This guy's-
so. I just transferred it over.
Yeah, this guy's pinging you, bro. You're
Who's
getting
pinging
some
me?
crazy result. No, I'm talking about. Oh, now you're live again.
Yeah, I decided to go live with it. Am I unlisted in public? Thank God.
Yeah, save that first one. That's so weird. What the hell?
Bro, I don't understand why it's happening today of all days for like all of us.
We've had a lot of technical issues today, folks.
So
have
many.
an echo in the background. God.
Hey, you know what? This is prep for the future. If we get this down pat, we'll get it ready for whenever. But I'm so sorry. Last I heard was JPR saying he'll go first.
Oh yeah. So anyway, Oras cut a lot of stuff down from the original Ruby and Sapphire, and everything from Emerald is either gone or just
Where's
shoved
Emerald
into a
from,
tiny
bro?
post game. Like I know everybody's like Delta episode was peak Pokemon. The cutscene was peak Pokemon. Everything before that was garbage.
Bro,
It's
you're just flying back and forth bro,
Exactly.
for 2 hours.
Exactly. You were just flying from location to location, getting exposition, and then like the last 10 minutes of the Delta episode is actually good. So I feel like the Delta episode, even then, like it's not all that. And it's like I feel like it wasn't worth losing all of that Emerald content in the main story. Because, like, we could have had Watson with Manetric. We could have had Desert Tower. We could have had Lysin Tate's awesome teams. We could have had all of this cool Emerald stuff added in. But it just isn't there at all, which is very, very disappointing. And then, like, it really just comes across in interviews more than anything, like when they're interviewing Masuda and Omori, and they're like, oh, we didn't put the Battle Frontier in this game because we thought that people wouldn't have time. Like, they just wouldn't care. And it's like, man, that is such a stark difference from, like, HeartGold, SoulSilver.
What did they say? What was the exact thing? It was something like around...
The exact thing was, like, kids play mobile games more nowadays, so they have, like, shorter attention spans. Yeah. And it's like, man, that to me was like the beginning of the end, like where Game Freak's like perspective really just started to shift. Because in HeartGold, SoulSilver is the complete opposite, where, no pun intended, they put all of their heart and soul into those games.
God.
This guy said the line like that.
Yes, HeartGold, SoulSilver may not have fixed all of the problems innate to Gold and Silver, but you could tell that they made up for it with like passion and love, and they just crammed all that they could into those games. Whereas with ORAS, it was just like, people probably don't like this, let's cut it.
But this is the thing. I feel like, they gave a sacrifice. And whilst you're totally right in that aspect, and I know I should be defending these games, but I definitely agree with you on that. But I feel like the post game had a lot to offer, and there was a lot of quality of life changes as well.
Like, definitely way more than the original Gen 3 games.
Yeah. Like
even Emerald only had like catching a few legendaries and the Battle Frontier, and that was it.
Yeah, like for this, the Mirage spots, like going around different areas, catching all these legendary Pokemon.
Soaring alone is dope. Soaring is like one of the coolest mechanics.
Flying on one of the Eevee duo, and forget about getting that near. I think it's just prior or after the 5th badge. I can't remember the top of my head. You can get one of these Mega Evolutions, but like the fact that
Latios and Latios after the 5th gym, they just give it to you,
which is trash.
No, it's part of the story.
No, it's not. What?
It's like they give you Suicune in the middle of HeartGold, SoulSilver after you beat like what, Morty? Oh, here's
you beat. Yeah, you beat. You've seen once. You get Morty. You get freaking a Suicune. What's the point?
But here's the thing: you get the Latios, but like it doesn't even do anything until after you get the 8th badge, which is where I feel like you should have gotten it.
Raf, what is the difference if you take the whole Latios part of the game and you slap it into any other? You slap it into any other part of the game. What's the difference?
No. I'll feel you on that. Like, because we've got Hoenn that is going to be focusing mainly on the Megas and everything. It's obviously a marketing strategy and just like some enticement that they're like, you know what? We'll throw one of the Eon Duos in there. You can get that throughout the game. You're going to be in for a treat later on. But I agree. I do agree. It should have had better placement. But it's just the fact that these games, like how they implemented the whole Mega Evolution aspect as well. Forget, like, we saw how X and Y was to begin with. I feel like because Hoenn is the region, where it's all about exploration habitats. Like Professor Birch is the professor that focuses on Pokemon and their habitats, The fact that we're getting all of this context with Super Ancient Pokemon, Mega Evolutions, the remakes itself, they expanded on its core concept, which is what the games are about. But I agree with you. It's ridiculous in a way for how... Oh my god, why am I defending it and then chatting crap about it? Like, what am I doing? like, you know, it's hard for me because I really love these games and I feel like they're top tier for everything that they've done. But at the same time, it's like you guys, it is true. There are placements that are just making it like having some intermittencies and we're thinking, why would they do that? Like,
I get what you mean because like I've always felt like with ORAS, where it's like for every step forward they took, there was something that was missing. You know? So it's like, they did really good on this, but not so good on this other thing. You know, it's like this constant tug of war with ORAS.
It's like it was too innovative, but at the same time, like
it honestly feels more like a new game than it does a remake, which I think was the point. I think they weren't trying to remake Ruby and Sapphire like to a T.
Nah, they were trying to just give it an extra boost. Like you can get all the legendaries. You know, the PokeNav Plus is like. Bro, the PokeNav used to be some pathetic gadget.
The PokeNav? That was godlike.
It was literally the most valuable, one of the most valuable things in the game. Like Dex Nav, you got Play Nav, you got Super Training, Pokemon and Me, and then like what else is there in terms of other quality of life elements? Like like this is going to sound so ridiculous, but I'm glad that they fixed like the Feebas issue because the Feebas issue in itself was one of the things that was broken to complete the decks. Bro, it was like what, 3 or 6 tiles before, but then now when you go to Route 119, you can get it in any tile or something like that. And that was like a game changer because people would do competitive.
That's not a game changer.
If you go under the bridge, you get guaranteed.
It's not a game changer when like 5th gen gave you the prism skill and you can just
No. When I mean a game changer in terms of how people would go forward making their teams, like people would have like, what's the word? It's not such a tedious nuisance to them now. Like in terms of that, not like a massive game changer. Like,
well, you know what I did my first replay?
5 random tiles.
You know what I did my first time I played Oras? I went to underneath the bridge, and I just assumed that chain fishing would be in the game since it was in X and Y. And I did like a chain fish. I did like 10 encounters, and I got shiny Feebas, and I was like, "Yo, let's go!" And I used them on my team, so that was pretty cool.
Look, Raph,
that was a game changer.
Raph, let me.
You know what I mean.
Raph, let me tell you. All right, this is what like I can't really go too in depth with Oras because I've only played it once, and the one time I played it, it was so mindless. Like I had literally just click. I kept clicking A, and I was so bored.
We just bypassed. Yeah.
Well, it's got that Gen 6 easy syndrome.
It really.
That's
I don't know what it is
as well.
I don't know what it is, but like I don't remember. Even after I beat Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I remember my team. I lied. I don't even remember my team now. And thinking about it. I know like 4 or 5 team members. I don't know the whole 6.
I feel like Mega Evolution also had something to do with that. Like, I'm so split on how they integrated Mega Evolution in this game, because like in some aspects, I'm like, oh, it's way better than X and Y, because like they actually give you way more megas during the main story
and everything. Yeah,
and like Raph was saying earlier with the exploration of Hoenn, it actually really like incentivizes you to go out and explore, because like you can revisit those places like Granite Cave and be rewarded with Mega Stones that you wouldn't have normally found. So that also is very cool. But then it's like they do not balance the opponents at all to make up for this. Course. Like they'll just hand you free Mega Latios after the 5th gym, and then a free Mega Starter, which all of them are broken, by the way, especially Blaziken, but all of them are broken.
No, of course. And this is something like, you know, that I look at the games and I'm thinking, you know what, it has elements that could make it a top tier remake or maybe one of the best remakes, but at the same time, it's stupid things that were pushed into the game, like you were talking about, literally getting a Latios.
Yeah. I think Mega Evolution is great in the plot of Hoenn. Like, it fits so well. Like, I actually think it makes the plot of the overall game better with Megas and Primal Reversion being there. It's just very unbalanced from a gameplay perspective. Like, it hurts the gameplay, but it helps the story.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first trainer you encounter in the game that actually uses a Mega is, like, Archer Max.
And you know how trash those Megas are? They don't even have like fire and water moves on
Mega Sharpedo looks like a 5-year-old kid. Mega Sharpedo looks like a 5-year-old kid said, "Oh, let me make him look cool," and drew spikes everywhere. Mega Camerupt, I don't know what Mega Camerupt is. I legitimately don't know.
Mega Camerupt is coming over to clean my floors in 30 minutes. Like, that's what he's got to do.
It's like there's only 3 trainers in the main game that use Megas. Meanwhile, every time I play Oras, almost all the time, I have a team of Megas, just because that's how many Pokemon can Mega Evolve.
It's addictive.
Oh yeah, everything in Hoenn Mega Evolves, it feels like.
Everything.
That is true.
But that again,
it's like they needed to balance that. At least make the gym leaders have like Megas as well to kind of balance that or something. But no, it's just 3 trainers. You can just power up your whole team and just breeze through the whole game. Because that's another thing too. Like Emerald specifically, not even Ruby Sapphire. Emerald's
a hard game. Emerald is a very hard
game, bro. Like I replayed Emerald last year, the year before.
Tate and Liza, right?
I'm playing Emerald.
Yeah, tell me Tate and Liza isn't like the hardest gym leader of all time. Like, bro,
no, that has to be top 5. The fact that they go from Solrock and Lunatone to Solrock, Lunatone, Xatu, and Claydol. Oh my god,
and they got like this weather screen earthquake strategy, like all going at the same time. It's like 3 strats in one. It's so insane.
See, the thing with Oras is like, I'm sorry, Zach, I was cutting you off, but like I don't know if you're getting to this, but like Zach craps on, for lack of a better word, craps on BDSP for not having platinum stuff. Bro, I feel like Oras missed all of like what Emerald was. Even like I don't know, like. Freaking Watson's Emerald team should have been his Emerald team, not his Ruby Sapphire team. And like,
you can't even rematch the gym leaders in Oras, unlike in Emerald.
And
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like
you could have had rematches later on with their Emerald teams. I still wouldn't have liked that as much as them just having their Emerald teams to begin with. But like that would have at least been something. But no, you can't even rematch them. Like what?
This is my argument with Oras. Yeah, it's a good game to compile all of the innovations into one game in that era. Because after Oras, yeah, we started getting onto like some of the bigger games as well, like
What?
Sun and Moon. Look what happened with Sun and Moon, for example.
What?
Yeah, when Sun and Moon came out, that game, well, those games, they changed the whole interface of how Pokemon was played. You know, no gyms, all trials, ride Pokemon. You got these guardian deities that are looking over the islands. Bro, you're traveling to 4 different islands for exploration compared to where we're all in just like, you know, one. How can I say it? Territorial landscape space to then go around to towns and cities. Like, for me, Oras, yeah, I feel like it was a good game. They were good games to show off, like, the ending era of all of those previous innovations. But it's like John was saying, they cut, and like what all of you were saying, they cut out all of the main aspects that could have made it the Super Emerald game.
I've always said this. I have always said this.
Let Zach talk. We can't hear Zach
go
because
ahead,
he's
Zach.
too quiet.
No, I'm just saying that, like, I guess Raf agrees that this is the best remake.
Anyway, like, you know, it's a good game, man. It's a good game. I love these games. They're good. I love HeartGold, SoulSilver as well, but we're not talking about that right now.
Well, I've always said this, Raph. I've always said
Yeah.
that I think Oras are great games, but not so great remakes. Like, I think they deviate too much.
Yeah, and this is what I agree with. Like, I know I'm meant to be backing these games, and I've backed them like substantially already, as you guys seen. But it's like I said, they focused too much on the innovations. They compiled everything in together, like, you know, the 3D graphics with XY, the Pokemon and Me, the Horde counters. Like, they did make some great quality of life changes. And like, you know, I don't even know if I should talk about Marvel City because
I hate Marvel City.
Oh, you
that
mean
in itself is a different ball game. Mall. Literally, the biggest shopping complex, like, that's
I hate
Lumiose
that
City
place.
2.0, bro.
No,
That
they
is Lumiose
tried.
City
They
2.0.
tried.
Put the Lumiose Tower in the middle. That was so funny.
They tried to make Lumiose City. It didn't work out. I don't know what that city is. I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Well, I just hated that, like, all the interesting stuff was gated off till the post game. Like, you can't even go up to like the upper floor.
Like, this is you know what? There's so many unlocks and like quests that you have to complete in the game after, where it would have been great initiative to have them during the story because that would have improved the gaming experience. You've had all of these elements changed. You know, the whole concept of the region being fulfilled with all of its, you know, changes for what it was in its previous version of the game, but they just left so much of it too late. And by the time you're finishing the post game, you've done the Mirage spots. Like, what are you doing? You're just gonna go to, like, you know, the battle area, and then that's it.
But you know,
Kuro just mentioned something that I totally forgot about, which actually I didn't even know about until like a couple months ago. But there's a thing in Mallville TV where you can watch a TV special about Volcanion, and it's hosted by Brandon, the Frontier Bird.
Yep.
I didn't even know that was in the game. Like, oh my god.
But I think Volcanion
Just
is
dangle the emerald content in front of us.
yeah.
Well, the Gen 6 Mythicals got robbed. They had nothing.
You know what's even
They had
crazier? I just
nothing.
realized, bro. Oras into Gen 7 would have been crazy because Annabelle is a prominent part of the 7th Gen.
Bro,
It would have
oh
been
my God.
so good.
You're right.
It
You're
would have
right.
been. Oh my.
It was such a
That's what I was saying about Sun and Moon. You know, they knew what they were doing with that. They knew with it. No, I can't defend Sun and Moon. I have to be disciplined. I have to be disciplined.
I think Sun and
thing
Moon's
with, like,
underrated, but yeah.
The thing with Oras is, like, the more I think about it, like what John said, it's like it seems like it's more of they were trying to make a new game rather than a remake. And the way I feel, like, I think about it now, it seems like a lot of the cool content, right, that was added in Oras feels like something that was meant for like a Pokemon Z, but because people wanted Oras, like Ruby and Sapphire remakes, because that was a whole meme. Like, they literally said in an interview that the reason they made the remakes is because the fans asked for it. That wasn't their plan. They were like, crap, we have to make a Gen 3 remake, so let's just shove this content in the Gen 3 game. And they kind of made their own thing. It wasn't a remake. Because HeartGold, SoulSilver, and Fire and Leaf Green, that was a remake they made because they wanted. They didn't have to, but that was something that they made, right? Oras was something they made because the fans asked for. That was the first time they made a game where people were, because they demanded it. Oh, Gen 3, hold confirm, and all of that. Right?
I would
That's
definitely
what
say
they
that
Anniversary and everything, yeah.
after HeartGold, SoulSilver, it just feels like every remake has been made out of obligation rather than them actually wanting to.
Well, let's talk about the first remake then, JPR. Let's hear what you have
Oh,
to say
I'm
about
glad
the very
you
first.
asked, Mr. Hybrid Hero, because we are going to sit here and talk about Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, the first remakes, the remakes that started it all. These games are fantastic, and unlike these other games that are on your screen, these are real remakes. Everything else that we've been talking about is a fake game. That's right, everything is fake. No Brilliant Diamond, no Shining Pearl, no Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, no Heart Gold Soul Silver. Sorry, Heart Gold Soul Silver, I love you the best. You're still the best remakes, but still, Fire Red Leaf Green.
I can't wait to talk about Let's Go.
Remake.
Oh
It is
my
a
God.
true blue remake. It is just the original game, but with all of the stuff smoothed over. It is very nice and satisfying to play through. It's just classic Pokemon on a new engine. What's not to love? Then you also get one of the
can't
best.
evolve my Golbat in the main game, bro.
Fox!
Okay, what else is not to love? Do we have anything else to talk about?
Let me tell you. Is that your only point? Is that your only point? You're
No,
carrying-
that's not my only point. I'm not done yet.
All right, you go for it. You go for it. I'll
All
remember
right,
this
so
point,
we
though.
also have the Sevi Islands, one of the best post-game additions, not even like remaking old content like Heart Gold Soul Silver did or like Oras did. No, this is just brand spanking new content. It's kind of like the
Trash
Orange Islands from the anime, which is also amazing. What do you mean trash content? They also allude to Gold and Silver by having the executives Archer and Ariana be in the post game, and they kind of hint at Silver being Giovanni's kid. There's some really cool stuff that happens in the Sevi Islands. They flesh out Lorelei, and you get a little more with old Gary Oak. You get some cool stuff happening in the Sevi Islands. Plus, you get Elite Four rematches. You get, and here's the other thing. Here's where Fire Red Leaf Green proves their worth the most over any other remake. Without Fire Red Leaf Green, it is impossible to complete a Gen 3 Pokedex because they offer you Gen 2 Pokemon that are not available in any of the Hoenn games or even Colosseum and XD by extension. So you have to buy these games if you truly want to complete the Gen 3 Pokedex. 'Cause
That
remember, you
doesn't make
couldn't
it
transfer.
better. It makes it worse.
No, that was just it's just a
It makes them
it's just a restriction of the time. This isn't like the Gen 8 Dex cut where they're like, oh, we just don't want to do it. No, this was a literal restriction of the time. Okay, they had to put the decks back together meticulously through several games, and Fire Red and Leaf Green did all they could to help out. And afterwards, we get all the Pokemon back. What's not to love about
You
that?
can tell he's really
Alright,
enjoying
alright,
this, can't
alright.
you? You can tell he's really having a great time.
Here's the complaints I have. As cool as that sounds, right? Why? I mean, I already brought up the whole thing about Golbat. Like, they tried to be too faithful in the beginning of the main game that for some reason, your Pokemon that can evolve into Gen 2 of all forms, right? They just can't do it until you have the national dex. That's weird.
Okay, Zach,
and
I
then
agree with you. I agree with you. But the original 150 is iconic. They will never change it.
Please,
it's
please,
iconic,
iconic.
it's like-
Look, I am a Gen
I-
1 fanboy. I love Red and Blue to the death of me, all right? I think I'm gonna get like slandered for this. I think Red and Blue are better than Fire Red Leaf Green.
You have Let's Go and Eevee on yours.
Hold on.
Remakes, and
Hold
they
on.
don't bring back any.
Hold on.
Glitches.
It's the
Clone
glitches.
glitches.
It's the glitches. It's the
bro.
glitch. Red and Blue's imperfect. The only reason why Kanto is fun is because of how broken it is. Kanto as a region is trash. And
Let me tell you the magic of the Kanto region. The
my
magic
God.
of Kanto is the ability to just kind of go anywhere and have it all be relatively balanced. There is no like crazy level imperfections, at least till the end of the game, which this game patches up, by the way, by adding in the Sevi Islands after you go to Blaine's gym. So it helps out on that front as well. But after you beat Lieutenant Surge, the whole world is your basket. You can go wherever you want. You could go to Blaine as the fourth gym leader if you wanted to. Well, maybe not. I think fifth. You have to get Surf.
No,
first.
you
But
can
anyhow,
do fourth.
Yeah.
You can do fourth, I think. Yeah.
fourth. Okay, you can do fourth.
I
You
think,
can
yeah.
do so many cool things in the Kanto region. There are so many neat areas to explore. We talked about exploration in Hoenn. You are more rewarded for exploration in Kanto than in any other region. Just going off the beaten path, going into the power plant and finding Zapdos. What a magical experience. Going deep into the Seafoam Islands and fighting Articuno. Like, we just didn't know these things were out there. Like, you get actual legendary Pokemon for exploring. And then the Sevi Islands, even better, you go all the way back to Mount Ember, which is a godlike dungeon in itself. Oh my gosh, no other region rewards you for exploration like Kanto does.
I think we're treading into
like a lot of the things are locked, like from like you need to have the national decks pretty much, at least. You have to catch 60 Pokemon, which is kind of dumb. And like, what if you don't want to catch all the Pokemon? So you're forced to go out there and catch Pokemon to unlock a lot of the good stuff in the Sevi Islands. And there's also the fact that dumb thing where you have to go through that side quest where basically you can't trade Pokemon from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald until you like unlock.
Wait, don't you just get the national decks? Don't you just get the national decks as soon as you beat the game? It's not like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
You have to catch 60 Pokemon at least.
Who's not catching 60 Pokemon?
You're fried. I ain't catching 60. I'm catching 12
Pokemon.
Even if you unlock the national decks, you still can't trade with Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald until you finish the story of the post game, which is dumb.
Okay,
where you have to unlock
fair
the
point.
Ruby and the
Fair
Sapphire
point.
The PC crap. That's so dumb. What if I want to like trade in the Hoenn starters and play through cancel that way? No, I have to beat the entire game. By that point, what's the point of transferring Pokemon from other games? I already beat the game and did almost everything there is to do. You know what I mean?
He has a good point.
Fair point. But the original 150 is iconic.
No.
They don't want you using Torchic and Kanto, Zach. That's just the truth. They do not want these outsiders coming in and tarnishing the original experience. It's
JPR, you can't bring up the original 151 as like an advocation for your remakes. That doesn't make sense. That's a part of the base game. The original 151 is all you get from the... See, Raf bringing up Mega Evolutions for auras makes sense because that's an addition.
It's iconic.
No, it's...
Innovation, bro. Innovation.
What?
In Oras, nobody's replaying Hoenn going, man, I hope they don't mess with the original 200 Pokemon in the decks. Man, I hope it's all the same. No, Kanto fans, you have to think about this from the perspective of Gen 1er.
No.
Think about this. Hang on. I'm not done. You gotta think about this from the perspective of a Gen 1er, an irrational neckbeard Gen 1er who's like 30 years old.
That's me! Okay, I'm not 30, but that's me!
Oh my god.
But you gotta think about these people. They lie awake at night thinking, I hope they don't add any more Pokemon to the decks.
Oh my life.
And Game Freak has to appease these people. They have to say, okay, you can't have your purple bat. You can't have your steel Scyther. You can't have these cool things that the other people want because we have to appease the fans. They're doing what they have to do. It's Kanto. If you're in Kanto, you are just shackled by this. It's just a fact. You can't get around it.
Let me tell you, okay, if you go by, I'm giving you one or the other. If you go by this point, it's cool. But your point about the Johto Mons being available in Sevi Islands is invalid. If you go by the Sevi Islands point, this point's invalid. Which one do you pick?
No, it's post-game. It doesn't matter. It's post-game.
Look, man.
Oh, man.
Post-game is optional content. It is optional content. You go out there. That's for the real people. That's for the real gamers. That's what Junichi Masuda said about Oras when he took Battle Frontier out. He said the real gamers don't do this anymore. That's why he took it out.
We're not jumping to Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl right now. I want it to stay on Fire Red Leaf Green. But you're telling me if I advocate for saying the fact that we have the Diamond and Pearl decks, it's so great. All the OG Sinnoh fans, they're going to love it. They stay awake at night thinking that like, oh man, please don't give me
But the OG Sinnoh fans don't love the original decks. Nobody loves the DP deck. Nobody loves the DP decks.
Bro,
People love the Kanto decks. People are attached to the Kanto decks.
Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, whatever decks it is.
Like, I know there's only 150, which is like a very low amount by today's standards, but like the original 150 for Kanto, people love that. I'm not saying this is like strictly my point, where it's like, oh, I hope they only like if I had it my way, I would put Crobat and Caesar in and Slowking and the other evolutions. I think more variety is always a good thing. But you know, there's just this different perspective of the Kanto fans where they're like, oh, I love my 150. I hope they don't change it. Whereas with Sinnoh fans, even they were angry. They were like, bro, why did we get stuck with this garbage decks again?
Yo, shout out to Joe in the chat saying, Koga, come back to me. First person to reference it.
Wow. Thank you so much.
But, you know what? All right, fine. I still don't take that as a point, but I will say I think the Sevi Islands is trash. Like, absolutely. Like, Sevi Islands... I think HeartGold and SoulSilver and Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have much better additions than the Sevi Islands. I don't remember doing anything to the Sevi Islands. Like, yeah, sure, you can get Moltres there, right? And like definitely the thing with Archer is
You can get
The
elegant
rocket
from
base.
Heavy Island.
Oh,
All right,
Leave it
shut up,
elegant,
bro.
man.
We're not
Leave it
starting with
elegant.
this.
It's godlike by default.
We're not starting
Because
with this.
This is
Innovations,
all
bro.
about, again, this is all about the exploration of Kanto and an extension of that because it rewards you for filling in your decks. This is for just the hardcore fans trying to get all the Pokemon back into their decks that they couldn't get through Ruby and Sapphire.
Isn't your
That's what
mascot
the
locked to
Islands
one
is for.
version?
Oras.
That's what the Sevi Islands is for, okay? We were not spoiled back in the day like we are now, where we can just get Pokemon from wherever. You know, there is no like, we're going to give you every legendary at the end of the game. No, it's just go out, explore, and get what you can. You know,
Get what you find.
sometimes just the journey itself is fun. There's not
Yo,
gonna be
someone, one of you two debate this guy, bro. I'm sick and tired of him already talking this is sentimental talk.
The problem is, Hybrid, you're looking for some big end goal. You're looking for like you want there to be a Ho-Oh in the unknown ruins. There is no Ho-Oh, okay?
No, I love Red and Blue. I will play Red and Blue any point in time. But Red and Blue is only fun because of how broken it is. For its time, it was a phenomenal game, right?
The problem with that, the game wasn't meant to be broken. It's like you're enjoying the game because of a flaw.
I'm telling you, bro. The glitches are
Name
guilty,
one
man.
good glitch. Name one good glitch from Gen 1 that isn't the Mew glitch or Missing No. Name one glitch
The rare
that
candy
people
glitch.
actually like. What? That just makes the game easy. We were
Not
just complaining
true.
about that.
That's
we were
not
just
true.
complaining about that.
All right, the Master Ball glitch. The same glitch.
Okay, and
Bro,
I think you just don't want to play the game. You just want to dig through the code and see what's wrong.
No, I look. It's not even just the glitches. Like the fact that the sprites are incorrect and they look so wonky and crazy. I think it's great. It's nostalgia
It's
for
broken.
sure.
And, but having broken things is fun.
That
That's for
wasn't,
sure.
That wasn't the intention of the game, though. Like you enjoy like the broken parts of the game. That's like nobody. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool exploit, but it's like that's not the reason why the game was made.
Hybrid when he misses a 100% accurate move in Gen 1. Man, I love these games. This is so cool.
No, all right,
That
Zach.
lead king glitch is actually quite good. Actually.
Zach,
Oh my god, hybrid when freaking I almost said elegant when Ekans uses rap.
When Ekans uses rap and he can't play the game for 30 minutes. Oh, this is so fun.
All right, wait.
When Hybrid gets hit by a 90% accurate blizzard and it freezes him every time. Oh my god, this game is so good. Oh.
All right, hold on. I don't want to talk about Red and Blue no more, but I will say, this isn't about Red and Blue, right? But I will say, regardless of what, Red and Blue and Gold and Silver both pushed the Game Boy and Game Boy Color to its limits, whereas none of the other games prior to after that have done so. So I think that's where those two generations really. I think that's what makes those two generations special, where they intentionally went out of their way to push it to the limits. Like Kanto was stuffed in there on purpose by Iwata, right? Because he wanted to make the best games possible, and he did whatever he could to push the Game Boy Color to its limit. But I don't think that's been done ever since, unfortunately. But yeah, we're not talking. Anyway,
all
we're
right,
not
all
talking
right.
about
Also, fair point.
HeartGold, SoulSilver are the best remakes because if they're trying to make the best games possible, Gold and Silver, and they remade the best games possible,
right,
clearly that means that these are the
fair
best
point.
remakes.
No, that's not true because you didn't go beyond the limits of the DS.
Let me tell you again why Fire and Leaf Green are mathematically the greatest remakes of all time. We've been sitting here complaining this whole time, even with HeartGold, SoulSilver, about things from the third game that were left out, and being like, man, we don't like that. And that HeartGold, SoulSilver left out the crystal encounters. That Oras left out the emerald content. That BDSP left out the platinum content. But I think leaving out the yellow content actually just makes Fire Red and Leaf Green a better game.
Following Pokemon?
Oh, that would only be
That's
Pikachu.
not true.
That would only be Pikachu.
Yellow's harder than red and blue.
Yellow is harder because they make you play with a Pikachu.
No, I think Zach's right.
They remove
Yo,
choice.
Zach, you're right.
You're not
They
forced to play with
remove
Pikachu.
choice from the
You
game.
get all three starters. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're placed there, bro. The static flipping Kanto stars.
That's just taking the choice.
That's
just taking the choice out of the game. That's just
Bro,
taking the choice out of the game.
Blaine is
what does
busted.
everybody say?
Blaine is
everybody
listen to me. Listen to me. Blaine is busted in yellow. Look at this team, bro. His highest in Fire Red and Leaf Green is a level 47 Arcanine, all right? His second highest is level 42 Rapidash. Then he's got Ponyta and Growl at like level 40 or whatever.
That's not very accurate to the anime, bro. They didn't do a good job.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Where's Magmar?
Listen to me. Yellow, 9 kills, 48. Rapidash 50, Arcanine 54. Bro, they did your mascot better in yellow than they did in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Bro, I don't want Arcanine to be his best Pokemon. I want Magmar to be his best
Get out of
Pokemon.
here. I
It's
can't
an
talk to
anime.
him.
It's
I can't
part of
talk
the
to him.
anime, bro.
This is-
Why would
Rival Clutch, bro. You need
They
to
literally
charts out of
made
there.
this game. They literally made Yellow to be accurate to the anime, but they could only do it up to the 3rd gym. They made half a game.
Oh
All
my
right,
god.
listen up. This is the final nail in the coffin, right? I got you right here, John. I got you. Watch.
All right, lay it
This
on
is
me.
why. This is why Fire and Leaf Green are the inferior remakes. Because all right, you said all the good things about it. That's cool and whatnot. But they literally nerfed Giovanni in his final battle. His ace is Rhydon, but in Fire and Leaf Green, they gave him a freaking Rhyhorn, bro.
Shout out
Why?
Kuro. Shout out Kuro in the
Why?
chat for bringing this up.
All right,
Why
Zach.
did they do that?
Zach, you raise a good point, and my response to that is, yeah.
That's
they
a
did
good
do that.
response.
They did do that.
I honestly, God, I thought my stream started lagging for a bit. I thought, oh no, but all right.
I will say that is like undefendable, like them turning that into a Rhyhorn. Why did they do that?
Look, man.
You know, it's so funny. Like,
That's a
I don't know
dumb
if any
move.
of you guys have been like gotten into like Pokemon ROM hacks and stuff like that, and use like the engine where like you give trainers teams and whatever. Like, it's literally like one switch. Like, I remember making my own Pokemon ROM hack and giving trainers teams, and it's like you literally switch side to side. You keep clicking to get whatever Pokemon you want. I feel like it's literally just like it was probably like a simple mistake like that. They accidentally clicked. They misclicked. And
Oh my
just
God, imagine.
Rhyhorn. They meant to go to Rhydon and they clicked on Rhyhorn.
They gave the pre-evolved form
It's such a
instead.
game like that. They're like, oh,
They just
no!
clicked it and they're like, we don't
No
want to
way.
change it. We don't want to change it.
Man, I don't think there's any way you can defend Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like, I genuinely don't
After
think you
that.
can.
I just did.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did. Like, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to say this because I despite what I'm saying, I love Kanto, but I don't know.
Bro, you have Let's Go on your avatar right now. You have Let's Go on your avatar right now.
This one's gonna be a shredder.
You know what your Kanto remake doesn't have? Abilities. You know what your Kanto remake doesn't have? Held items.
Let's
You know what else your Kanto remake doesn't have? Being able to catch wild Pokemon in battle.
Wait. Are you serious?
Yeah, Let's Go doesn't have
Wait,
any of that.
are you serious?
Let's Go has no abilities, no held items.
No, you're joking.
No,
My
it
man's-
doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Wait,
It's Gen 1 battle system. They take all that stuff out.
Wait, you're
Bro.
joking, bro. I
I'm
need
not
to-
joking.
Let's go
Look
in
it up. I'm
conversation,
not joking. I'm not joking.
Bro, to catch Pokemon, you have to lean forward and flick your wrist.
Hold on. We'll come to. Wait. I'm doing 1v3 for you guys when we get to Let's Go.
This man had a college thesis written to defend Let's Go, and I dropped this absolute bombshell on him. I was writing the F across his paper. I failing this.
Wait. Alright, to be fair, chat, I've never actually beat these games. I got to like Misty and I called it quits.
That's why this man hasn't even played Let's Go.
Kill me.
Let's go. And he's only gotten to the second game.
Man's
There's
defending
no way,
to the.
bro.
Oh my god.
Wait, where do you get Squirtle? Is that Vermilion? No, you get Vermilion, right? I got to Vermilion.
That's true. That's true.
You don't
Thank you,
even
Kuro.
get bridge.
Kuro, thank you very much. Fire Red and Leaf Green gave birth to Wi-Fi. They had the little
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi.
adapter.
The little adapter, yeah.
Guys, we wouldn't be able to have this live stream today if it wasn't for Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Oh my god.
YouTube wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Fire and Leaf.
Guys, we wouldn't have iPhones today if it wasn't for Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Look,
Fire
man,
Red and Leaf Green,
Discord connection for you.
like literally, wireless connection was birthed with Fire Red and Leaf Green. And Iwata being like, yo, you gotta trade Pokemon these games, bro. Check this out.
Look, man, we'll come to Let's Go in a bit.
Man.
Let me try and defend BDSP here because I wasn't ready for this one. So, Brilliant Diamond
Where's
Shining.
the platinum content? Where is the platinum content?
Hold on.
The only good thing is that you can get Elekid in the underground, bro. That's
Hold on.
I'm here for the spirit talk.
Hold on. So to be fair, I did not come prepared whatsoever, but let me tell you, all right? I think these games are wonderful. I've had such a fun time playing them. I haven't had fun like this since X and Y. Like, you know, remember, you guys remember X and Y season? Good times, right?
Game changer.
Raf, I need help.
That's a real game changer.
Raf,
You know what?
I need help.
All right. Explain why you had fun.
I don't know. I just had fun. What is there to say? I haven't had fun.
I think the reason why we all had fun and why we're still having fun with these games is because we're revisiting one of the most prominent regions, Sinnoh. You know, cool region, nice lore behind
But it's
it.
the
I am
worst
not
version of
having
Sinnoh.
fun looking for these
Let them
evolution
finish.
items underground.
Yeah, you're just saying that because yeah.
I cannot help that I like Elegant, one of the best Pokemon in the Sinnoh decks, that I want an Electivire on my team, and they're making me hunt for this 5% Electrizer. I can't help that. I can't help that they gated the best Pokemon in the game.
You know my pain with that Pokemon.
Not to rub salt in the wound, but like I caught my Elegant with an Electrizer first try.
This guy is rubbing so much wounds.
No, but listen, they really said, all right, it's time to make Gen 4 remakes. We want to go with the superior version or the shitty version. Yeah, let's go with the shitty version. That's what
Yo, Zach, come on, man, it's a PG channel. Come on, bro.
Oh my God, Zach.
Zach, why? Zach, why?
For the anniversary.
Keep going, Zach, keep going.
No, that was it.
Where's Infamous when you need him?
It's like you can either go with the best version or the bad version, the inferior or the superior. Like they literally made Platinum to improve Diamond and Pearl. So why would you go with the inferior version? It just makes no sense. Like why would you do that? Like, yeah, all right, I get it. Why? Like you want to separate it into separate versions.
Zach, it's a faithful remake, Zach. You shouldn't expect there to be platinum content.
How faithful is it when you can encounter wild Pokemon in the underground? That's not faithful to me, bro.
But see, that's okay.
Like they pick and choose. Like this is what John said in his review. They pick and choose what's faithful and what's not. This is like, oh no, it has to be faithful, and it's like, oh, let's just make our own stuff here. Like, don't do that. Then it's not faithful. You're just being lazy. You just want to do whatever the heck you want. Like,
let's keep HeartGold and SoulSilver out of this conversation for a bit, right? Between the other three, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I think they all follow suit to the point where they all follow their original games. Like Fire Red, Leaf Green does not follow Yellow. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire does not follow Emerald, though it had the Delta episode. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl does not follow Platinum, and it like similar to the Delta episode, you have of course the Underground, like the Platinumons in the Underground, and you also have Zach. At this point, I don't care if you made it through or not, but there's the Shadow Giratina at Ramona's Park.
What? I'm kidding. I knew.
Okay. I was about to say.
You spoiled the game.
You.
I was about to say. So I'm like, in some ways they make up for it, right? And then even so, whereas does Omega Ruby and Alpha, it doesn't have rematches, right? So like, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl has Platinum rematches, even better actually.
Rematch the Elite Four in Oras, and they have Megas when you.
Well,
I am not trying to mess with rematches, bro. By the time I've beaten Cynthia, I've done everything I need to do.
Oh, what the heck?
He's here to save us for the BSP talk.
He heard us talking about BDSP, bro, and he's
Infamous?
here. What the heck?
But he's muted.
Infamous, is that you?
Okay, I didn't know I was muted. Yeah.
Yo, I need you to hear my guy. I can't do Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I can't do it.
So look. I don't have much time, but I have to come and save this game. There's no way y'all about to slander this game right now, okay? So, this game is great. Let's just get that out there. First, Infernape's back. That deserves an A+ just alone.
I want to kick him out right now.
No, stop. No, wait. I didn't say Electivire, right?
That's fair. That's fair. Keep going.
But all in all, I think, and I haven't gotten here yet, but I know one big thing is the post game for this game. As far as the rematches, everyone was asking for, hey, we want harder difficulties, and we finally get it. And half the community is complaining about it, which is kind of crazy that it's too hard. You have a game that is fully competitive, something that really challenges you as an experienced Pokemon player, and half of the player base doesn't even like it or can't beat it.
Well, nobody's complaining about the game being too hard because you have affection to like hold your hand the entire way.
That affection shizzle didn't save me though, so I'm not gonna say
I love that the game is hard. I just hate that I have to play tug of war with the affection.
Oh.
Understandable. I mean, even for myself, I think Cynthia, she beat me like 4 times before I actually.
I was at 8.
The problem with all the good stuff is it's great that it gets great near the end, right? And the post game and whatnot, but you have to sit through Diamond and Pearl pretty much. You have to sit through the bad version of Sinnoh when you just go through Platinum where it's more streamlined, way more smoother, better story, and it's just like the pacing is much better. I hate that there's this long gap between Gardenia and Maylene. It is so bad, and it's just like the teams are weird. I'm tired of fighting Silcoon, Cascoons everywhere I go, bro. Like it's so annoying. Like, why did Geo
Zubats as well,
and the Wurmple line, bro? It's literally what everybody unbeat, of course.
I forget I'm in Sinnoh half the time when I'm fighting the pro Pokemon.
Yo, let's keep going. You don't have much time, I know. Keep going.
Oh, I can't defend that part. No defenders.
On the Pokemon side.
Yeah,
Damn it.
even for myself, I was like, "Yo, another worm pool? Like, is that what we're doing?" Like, I'm like almost
Oh,
7th gym
man.
in and still fighting Whirlpool and Silkins. Yeah, like,
Bro,
that
but
sounds
what do you
cool.
think made this game so good? Because you had a fun time. I haven't had a fun time with a Pokemon game since Sun and Moon. I've been here drowning like where's the good game? And I had fun with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl for
Don't
once.
say the underground. Don't say the underground. You gotta defend this game above ground.
This
too.
is outside of the underground. Infamous, figure it out. What is it that made these games good?
All right.
This is.
Here's a question. Here's a question. How good
Okay.
would Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl be if you took out the underground?
8 out of 10
6 out
still.
of 10. 6 out of 10.
No
What?
way, bro. You
No,
can't
no,
say that the underground is
no.
carrying these games.
No, the underground. Let me tell you, I legit.
The underground is carrying the
I
main
was
game.
stuck. I was stuck in the second gym
Yeah, to
because
complete
I
it.
was in the underground for at least like 3 days straight. I wasn't doing anything in the game but underground, looking for statues, looking for the Pokemon, seeing what's where. The underground really boosted this remake, like through and through, which kind of sucks because the issue is like there's a lot of Pokemon you can't get till post game, which is really stupid. I want to play with a Glide score and I can't. That's kind of dumb. Even though I'm playing Pearl, right? But there's just situations where, like, certain Pokemon are just not available that really kills it. I don't mind the leveling. I know the whole shared experience was a huge thing going on. Personally, I don't like the grind. I think EXP all is the way to go for every Pokemon game, but that's just me.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong with that. The problem comes with the affection. Like JPR said.
Well, it also is just because the EXP share all is designed better for the newer games. But I think if you're remaking an old game and you're not going to change any of the trainers' levels, that's where the problem comes in with the EXP share. Because you're just giving away more EXP, but not adjusting the trainers to make up for it.
Like, the only good thing about the XP share is that it makes you pretty overpowered until you reach the Elite Four because there's that insane level gap. But that's like a Diamond and Pearl thing, though. It's
There was like a 20 level gap
coincidence.
between Faulkner and Cynthia, so like it actually helps out a lot there.
I don't think it was intentional. It was just like a coincidence. Like, oh, you just so happen to be on par with Cynthia now. Yeah, the EXP share is great, right? No.
And you still struggle.
And exactly that. Like I said, it took me about 3 tries before I beat her. She was just going through the team. The strats were crazy. I am excited though for post game content. I haven't really played much since I beat Cynthia, but that's what I'm hoping for.
I mean, I was so over leveled at one point. I wasn't even playing Pokemon. I was playing Metal Gear Solid. I was trying to avoid all the trainers out there on the route. I was like, moving around, crawling in a little box, and just trying to avoid eye contact at all costs. Please, my Pokemon are too broken.
One thing I did avoid a lot of trainers. I was like, if I don't have to battle you, I'm not going. I just skipped multiple trainers.
See, if you have to skip the trainers in the game, that should tell you that's a problem. Trainers are there for a reason.
That's, to be honest, I probably, even in like Sword and Shield when that came out, I didn't battle every trainer. Like, there was a couple times where I'd go back on a route for whatever reason, like, oh crap, youngster Joey, what do you want? And battle him. But it's more in this game. I will say I definitely didn't want to battle every single trainer.
No, you
honestly
can't.
You just feel bad. You just feel bad when you come back with like a level 70 Giratina and you stop like this one trainer that you didn't fight at the beginning of the game.
Look,
Come on,
man,
like, you know this not
That's
to be.
tougher.
Even though it's not really part of this conversation because it's remakes, but something I love about Black and White is that, like, if you battle every single trainer, you should be on par with Getsis by the end of the game, like, literally.
Well, because
Oh,
the
is
Gen
that-
5 EXP system is so good.
Gen 5 in general is like
But then-
top tier, bro.
If you battle every trainer in these games, it's like a punishment. It's like, oh, now you're too strong. Now the game is too easy. So what's the point of the trainers? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And in Gen 5, they have that system where you get less EXP as you go, but if you like skip trainers and you get behind, they have the Lucky Egg to make up for it. They have Audino all over the game to make up for it. Like, there's ways to catch up and not have it be grindy at the same time. Like, Gen 5, I think it just has the best overall EXP system.
We can get into what's the best generation another time because I'm
not saying...
You're going to say Gen 1 hybrid because of the glitching?
No. Gen 5 takes the cake, but that's a different topic. That's a different topic.
I was just saying best EXP system. That's all. That's all.
Fair enough.
But I will also say it's the best generation, but that's not my argument here.
Look, man.
All right, back to remakes.
Wait,
BDSP
Zach. Before we get back to remakes, let me just say 2 quick things. First of all, I can't pronounce his name. Tinsi, I believe is what his name is. He says, "Please, Zach, I won't give up. Please do a top 10 Team Rocket episodes." And then
Oh my god.
No.
and then
Sorry, buddy.
True Green 7 saying, especially since Sinnoh is all about exploration and encountering trainers in the optional locations. I don't know what he's referencing, but I hope it's the underground because the Grand Underground slaps.
No, I think he means like there are so many routes that you have to like go out of the way that aren't like on the main path. I think like the route to the south of Sanjim Town. Like in the original games, it was really easy to get behind if you didn't go out and explore and fight these trainers. Whereas here, it's like, oh, you don't really have to because you're over leveled the whole time.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that. Like if you go out of your way, you're rewarded because you're on par with like the strongest trainers in the games. So it's like you're pretty much even. But if in these games, if you miss them, it's like it's not really a punishment, or it's if anything, like it's just you're still over leveled a lot of time. But the affection just carries you throughout the whole game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, speaking of being carried throughout the game, I think the underground carries the main game, to be honest. Like as someone who hasn't been able to play that much, like I've only gotten up to like Fantina, right? And right now I don't like it because I'm playing through Diamond and Pearl. I don't like Diamond and Pearl, obviously. I've said this a lot of times.
Raf cries.
I know once you get to the Pokemon League, the game. I'm sorry, Raph, but your favorite Pokemon game is like really bad.
Yeah. I'm just gonna delete my video.
I can't agree with that. Like saying Diamond Pearl is bad. Like it's definitely inferior to Platinum.
All right, it's not bad.
Yeah,
like
it's just not on par to what it could have been. No, I get it.
It's not on par with Platinum. It's like like the difference between them is night and day. Like you know what I mean? But like I know that once you get to the Pokemon League, the difficulty really kicks up, and then like the post game stuff is awesome. But it's like, as someone who's only played the main game so far, the only thing that really has blown me away is the underground. Like I said this, I think I said this to you, Hybrid. I mentioned it in your stream last time. I was like, the first 10 hours of the game, I made it up to City. That was my first 10 hours until I got the Explorer's Kit. Once I got the Explorer's Kit, I spent another 10 hours just in the underground before even facing Gardenia, bro. Like I remember 3 days. He's like, did you beat Gardenia yet? I'm like, no, I'm still in the underground, bro. Like it's just so fun and addicting. That's what's helped holding up the game for me, at least the main game. Because everything else, like I said, is just Wurmples and Silcoons and just the weird DP teams and the pacing, and it's just like it's not fun. The fact that Barry has a Starly after the 4th gym,
bro. Don't get me started on that one. Don't get me started on that one, bro. That was wild. I didn't even remember that's what his team was.
Yeah, Barry just does not evolve his Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl until like really late.
Canlave City. It was wild.
You know, one thing about the underground that makes it a really great asset is obviously for grinding as well, because everyone's expecting to come into this game and then with the EXP share, we're going to be so well balanced. But bro, when you go I've seen so many people suffer against Maylene, and they're like a good 4, 5, 6 levels above her. Like, what was that all about? What was going on? Is it a move set that's...
You can check out JPR's video.
Bulk up Lucario.
Lucario
is broken. That's all it is.
I saw it. Like, it's just crazy. Like, you know, you spend so much time in the underground.
Jonathan G has to trade in Chimchar to help him.
Legit. Okay, so I had like 2 files, right? And I was nuzlocking on one of the files, and I had like 30 Pokemon in the box, and because I did not catch a single fire type in the entire game, I just lost everything to Maylene. I couldn't win.
Broken strats.
Ron saying in the chat, did you get set up? Did Lucaria set up on you?
If she sets up bulk up, you just lose.
Yeah, because Ron's saying he got set up by Lucaria too, and he lost. Yeah, Infamous. Yeah. I didn't have any issues. Wow. Did you have any issues, Infamous?
I didn't. Lucario. He was done.
Yeah, I bodied.
If you chose Chimchar, then it doesn't
count.
It doesn't count.
I had Groddle. What do you mean? I had Groddle and the Curly on the back. That's it.
Yeah, but
no, who'd you really use? Who did you really use, Hybrid?
What do you mean? Curly's part fairy type, so like.
Yeah, Lucario still bodies.
He's got Metal Claw.
Yeah, I had Curly and Eevee. That's all I used for the entire fight. And I was playing on set.
I don't think any gym leader. Actually, I lost to Volkner twice for some reason. I don't even know how.
Bro, how?
Volkner is actually pretty tough. He's pretty tough.
Huh. Interesting.
I will say that the only reason I got through Maylene is like I beat her first try, but to be fair, I did have a Gibble traded from Raf. Thanks, Raf. So I used Goodbye and I won because I didn't want to wait till like after.
By the way, I never knew that the secret entrance to Wayward Cave underneath the cycling road was gated off in Diamond and Pearl. Because
That's
like
not a
I went
garbage
in
thing
there.
about DP, bro. Like why
I
would
went
you
in
do
there
that?
and I was like, why are the strength boulders here? This wasn't here in the
Hmm.
original, but I was just remembering platinum. I wasn't.
I
remembering
waited so long for that. So long.
I was
Yo,
so
there's so many
disappointed.
points in
I
the
was like,
game.
what?
There's so many
And
points in the
even
game where it's
carrying
like, I
Gibble as
remember
well.
platinum stuff. What happened?
No, I was just talking about the stress of having to encounter a Gibble. Like, you know how hard it was for me, like, when I was trying to get these Gibbles.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, had to wait all that time, get strength, go back to the cave. I think it had, like, what, a 15% chance? Or I think it's something smaller than that, like 10% chance.
For a bunch of
Ridiculous.
under-leveled Gibbles, because the Gibbles are weird because they're in the level that they would be if you got them after the second gym, but because they're
Exactly.
gated through the rocks.
Level
it's so
16 to
dumb.
18. Ridiculous.
There's so many points where like I'm playing through.
So
the
like
game,
if you
right? And
tap them, they die.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
expecting something that happens in platinum, but then it's like, oh no, it's diamond and pearl. I'm like, oh, what the heck? Like the fact that after you beat, like once you reach Pastoria City and after you beat Gym, that's where you get the whole sequence where like Galactic Bomb is in the Great Marsh and you get more character from Crasher Wake and Barry and cool interactions. No, that's not even in this game because it's diamond and pearl. Oh, I hate it. I really love that. Like, it added more character moments for them. Like, I love how Barry's like, he calls Crasher Wake his master, and there's like the Krogunk face thingy, and the Galactic Bomb is a really cool like scene, and it adds more to the story. Instead, no, you just have to talk to the guy, and then he runs away, and then Barry throws his star at you, and then you gotta. It's not. I don't know.
There's some cool character moments in the Balance Tower.
I said this in my review. Why do they give you a free Mew and Jirachi, but they can't give you Eevee till post game?
All right.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think that's a lot of rubbish.
Yeah,
I don't have any problem with getting the Mew or Jirachi because like you can just put that in the box. You don't have to use it. Like that's not a problem at all. But it's just the fact that they give you that and not Eevee. Like, come on.
So many people are like, oh, BDSP was such easy games. Bro, in the Hall of Fame, you had a Jirachi and a Mew on your team, and you're telling me it's an easy game.
Let's not slander on them. Let's slander on JPR. Let's slander on JPR, who had a Torterra, Empoleon, Infinite. What was your team, bro? Let's hear it again. What was it?
I was doing an affectionless run. I had to have a broken
No, you don't.
team.
I was doing an affectionless run too. Mans did not have that kind of team, bro.
All right, let me see your Luminion. Let me see your Wormadam. Let me see your Hall of Fame team.
No, hold on. I had to speed through the game, so I was using some pretty OU mons. But right now, mans are using like Empoleon, Rampardos. What else?
OU mons, yo, Empoleon's not even OU, bro. He's not even that good.
That is true, but you still rocked out with 3 stars and Electivire. wait, before I get to
The
that,
only one who's truly broken is Infernape. Infernape is broken.
I have a question for Infamous and Raf because you're the only, I got a super chat and it's the only, I think only you two can answer this. So the question is from Mr. Monster. How do you guys like the Poke Radar in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? I actually really like it. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are actually really blowing me away. So I think you two are the only ones that can answer this because I haven't messed around with the Poke Radar. JPR, have you?
Yeah. No,
I
because I remember not
haven't
liking
messed around with it.
Radar at all in original Diamond and Pearl, so I've not played with it at all.
No, even
I haven't
myself.
used.
Infamous, you haven't?
No, I heard it was good though, but look, personally, I'm not a shiny guy. I like getting shinies, not hunting.
Me too. That's the whole bro. I will never understand shiny hunting because it ruins the whole fun of like randomly running into unless you're looking for like one specific.
Like you'll
power.
know you'll get it eventually. Patient.
Yeah, the random encounters and everything.
But then, like after like you've done it like 2,000 times, I'm like, bro, I'm done. This is just too much.
I've seen some people who are doing like a shiny hunt for the uncatchable Starly at the beginning of the game. Like if they get a shiny starter, they keep resetting and they keep going, and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Aura Guardian's doing that right now.
What is wrong with you?
What's the
I know
purpose?
someone else that's doing it for like pure like entertainment for themselves, but like
What entertainment, man? What entertainment
like-
is?
Yo, a shiny Starly that I can't catch. Let's go.
the amount of people that streamed that as a
my
shiny
boy
stream
Zach-
was insane.
My boy Zach can't even beat the game. These people have types of shiny on a Pokemon that they can't catch.
Like, dog, I just want to play the game. I just want
My
to play
man
the game.
was Kid and he got a shiny ghost instead. Like this guy was blessed.
Also, I just looked online and I saw that the shiny charm doesn't work for anything except for egg hatches in this game. Are you
It's
serious?
unfortunate.
It doesn't
It's
work. on
really
anything, like-
trash. It's really trash.
Dog.
I've
why?
seen someone
Because as
get
soon as you get,
I've seen someone get 10 Eevees off the Poke Radar, Mr. Monster. So I think it's pretty like 10 shiny Eevees back to back to back. So I think it's pretty good.
No way.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess if you combined shiny charm with radar chaining, it'd probably be pretty broken.
Yeah, because it seems pretty easy to get you know.
When you
shiny
get to like a
Pokemon.
chain of 40, I think it goes to
Yeah, it's like
1
guaranteed, isn't it?
1 in
Yeah.
99 or something. Oh, I can't even remember.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not
something like
guaranteed,
that.
but
It's
it's
really
like
good. It's
really
I
really
don't know.
really good.
Close, it's close. Yeah.
I've
Infamous-
mostly just seen the underground shiny method, and that's been actually pretty solid. I've seen people get a Houndoom after collecting the 40 Diglets and just going in there like a few times. Boom, shiny Houndoom or shiny whatever Pokemon they're looking for. It's actually
Wait, does the
pretty quick.
Diglett poop actually do something?
Of course.
Yeah,
That's supposed to
I
double
thought
your
you- I
shiny
thought you
chance.
just- I thought you just dug up boxes and like they had the better chance of being.
I think I thought originally it was
No,
like
no, no.
something to increase the shiny check or the shiny rate by 1, wasn't it? Or
So
what was
no,
it?
no, no.
Like-
So the statues you get in the boxes don't affect the shiny count whatsoever. None of them do. It's literally
Well,
just a Diglett.
I mean, I thought the Diglett thing, like if you got the 40 Diglets, it was just like better chance of digging up the color statues.
No, it affects your shiny rate, right, Infamous?
I mean, it does. It
Yeah,
does.
yeah, it
'Cause I
affects
remember,
your
I
shiny
remember
rate.
whenever I got the 40 Diglett things, I would just dig up like the colored statues, and like after you get like 3, it wears off.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
didn't mess around too much.
I know
Yeah,
you
that
get
was
the
all I
40.
saw. I didn't see anything about actual shiny Pokemon.
Yeah, so you get the 40, and once it activates, you have 4 minutes, and it increases your shiny odds in half. So
Oh.
That's pretty
it's
good.
actually pretty solid. And then long, it's the 4 minutes. So long as you keep running, like if you're looking for a shiny Chimchar, just keep interact with every Pokemon because every Pokemon in that room has a chance to be shiny. And then once you clear the room out, leave and then come back. So that's
Oh,
what
so you
everyone's been
can
doing
so you can
far.
room reset and you could do it over again. Is that right?
Wait, you said it lasts for 4 minutes?
4 minutes. So you gotta be quick with that.
4 minutes?
That's not
But
even
to
a
be
long time,
fair,
though.
if all of us hopped into the underground, it's so easy. Like when I was on stream,
Oh, it's quick. It's
yeah,
quick.
I had like 6 people and we all went for Diglets. It was so quick. Like I still want to do the stream where all of us.
I haven't done anything with like people in the underground.
No,
yet.
I
neither
still
have I.
wanted to. If we had time today, I would have asked for it, but I don't think we have time today. But like, I still want to do it where like we all just hop in underground, just get a bunch of viewers, and just all just like mess around in the underground. Even if you don't shiny
be
hunts,
dope.
it's just fun to like, because you can have when you dig up fossils, you can have 2 people beside you help you dig for fossils and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. They'll also destroy the wall with you. I found this out when I was playing with one of the friends, and they're like,
Yeah.
I was hitting the wall, and then I was like, he's hitting him. Like, are you getting rid of it too?
But do
He's
both
like,
players
yeah.
get the treasures, or is it just the person that digs it up?
So the treasures is randomized differently for each player. Okay, let's assume that you go to a wall, Raf, right? And then beside it,
Yeah.
there'll be 2 spots for like, let's say, JPR and Infamous, right? When you dig, they'll be digging, and whatever wall they hits, it will affect your screen and it'll help you. But for them, it'll just be as if they're playing, as if no one's helping them. And but all the whatever's in the wall, it's all randomized for each individual person. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
I was wondering if there was like a way to overcome like version exclusive stuff like that, but I guess not.
Oh yeah, because
No.
both players are playing, and then they would have
Yeah.
had integrated versions. Hmm.
Yeah, nothing like that.
That's what I do.
Because I know that like you could do that with Sword and Shield. Like you could like hook up with people who had the opposite
Yeah.
version and get like their raids, and then you wouldn't have to worry about like version exclusive raids.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Another reason
I want
why
to cover
people having
stories.
a shiny pro are the inferior.
Hold on, Infamous. You know what? Okay, before we get to like, let's go. Let me say 2 things. It's just that,
What? That's still in the conversation?
bro. We're not. Infamous is here. He says he wants to talk about let's go, bro. And I still got to rep. I got to rep my.
Let's go.
All right. Before we get to let's go, let me just say I feel a little bad. Not bad, but like all the drama on Twitter definitely sparked up because people start to hate on BDSP, right? Which is the content cycle that Pokemon fans and Pokemon games get into. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But I thought really we could have done it justice. But it is kind of... Look, I love the games, but it does have its flaws. I don't think there's anything we can
At least it's got glitches, bro.
Yeah, facts. The glitches are mad fun.
They're gonna
I
patch
haven't
that.
updated my game. I haven't updated my game yet.
No, you can clone in the new one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just trying to get Shaman. I haven't
I
got
feel
Shaman
you.
yet. And then as soon as I get Shaman, then that's it. I'm back
Just
to
wait for
normal.
the event, bro. Legally.
Oh, too long. When's it coming?
But yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Glitch people just don't want to play the game.
So between
I glitched Pokia, thank you very much, and it's still
Bro,
waiting in
like-
the box for you.
Legends Arceus is coming out next month. They're gonna forget all about the Brilliant Diamond Shiny Sword.
Very
Like,
true.
oh, wait, wasn't this
That
we
is
were gonna
very
do this
true.
game? It's gonna be like Arceus all over again, where they're just not gonna give us the flute. Like it's in the game. They just
Oh,
don't do
yeah.
it.
So chat, please be sure to vote for your favorite remake. One's clearly in the lead right now, but we won't talk about that right now. Boys, between the five of us, we have anything else to say about the last 4 remakes? What's our favorite? What's the consensus? Let's talk. Between the 4.
All right. I know I defended Fire Red and Leaf Green to the death, but it's definitely just HeartGold SoulSilver.
Wait. We're going back to HeartGold SoulSilver because I realized I know. Look, Infamous is here. This is perfect. Infamous, what do you hate about HeartGold SoulSilver? Because Infamous is not like HeartGold SoulSilver. Let's hear it.
I knew. Yeah. Okay. So for me, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I played it late compared to everyone else. I didn't play original Gold and Silver. So maybe that's it. I just don't have that nostalgia feel for one. But when I first hopped into it, it wasn't horrible, but for me the pacing's a little bit kind of all over the place. I don't really feel that impactful with the legendaries either. I'm like, sure. It just didn't really like resonate with me. The Pokemon selection to me aren't the greatest, if I'm honest. I had a hard time picking my team. It ended up being half of a Kanto team anyway. Which once I got to the post game, it was like, hey, you've unlocked Kanto. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this game. I don't want to play this.
Did you never play past Kanto?
All right.
Dude, once I got the Kanto, I was like, why am I replaying this? I've already played this.
I feel like
HeartGold
and SoulSilver.
Because you get the most dope reward ever, which is fighting yourself from the first game as the
You
super
have to
boss.
play those.
I think you already explained it like best since you didn't play original Gold and Silver.
That's exactly
you're
right.
describing
and
a lot
maybe
of Gold and
that's
Silver
it.
problem. To be honest.
If you played those games, like I guarantee you, like you would probably be like, okay, I can see this massive hype between these remakes. But maybe I might be wrong. But go on.
But then that's still like his points aren't invalid, right? If he's saying
100%.
No, definitely not. HeartGold SoulSilver has terrible Pokemon selection. Trugreen just said that in the chat too.
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
But at least
It's just
like the Safari Zone helps you like
why does Jasmine not have a Skarmory? Hello?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But like,
why does Volkner or not Volkner? What is his name? Faulkner. Faulkner. Okay, got
Faulkner.
Yeah, Faulkner. That's what I said, guys. Definitely. Anyway, yeah. Why does that man not have like a Hoot or a Ladybot or even like a
level 9 Pidgeotto, boys?
There's so many good flying types for early Johto they could have used, and they were like, nope, just Pidgey and Pidgeotto. Like, like half the Johto gym leaders don't even have Johto Pokemon, which is very disappointing.
That was something too, and I was like, bro, like there's barely any Johto Pokemon.
They didn't even put Miss Drevis, the only new ghost Pokemon in Gen 2, in the ghost gym. Yeah. They all use the Ghastly line.
Yeah,
that was one thing that bugged me. I was like, wow, great, another Gengar gym leader.
If you guys can trash on BDSP for the Wurmple Geodude thing, I think HeartGold and SoulSilver deserves the same criticism. Okay, I think we're all in agreement.
I don't disagree.
I think we're all in agreement.
Honestly, if I'm being real, I think all of the remakes have problems with not including as many Pokemon as they could.
Yeah,
fair enough. Infamous, when was the last time you tried HeartGold SoulSilver?
I played it earlier this year.
Yeah, you done your playthrough of it.
No, I didn't see that.
and I'm enjoying it because I never played it, but there's just like after I sat down, edited these videos, really thought I was like, this game is really not all that. The following Pokemon, it's there. It's not a crucial thing for me anymore. It's just like if they got them, they got them. If they don't, they don't.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you ever get the moment, try and cop a copy of Gold or Silver. Get your Game Boy out and play those games.
I don't think that's gonna do anything. I don't think that's gonna do anything for him. Because
it's because he was talking about how he said he couldn't relate to the originals, so maybe that might give him a good insight.
Why would you play the worst version of Johto though? Like it doesn't make any sense. It's like playing regular Diamond and Pearl instead of playing Platinum, or remaking regular Diamond and Pearl instead of remaking Platinum. Oh wait. Sorry, I thought we're talking about HeartGold.
In Gold and Silver's defense, I think Gold and Silver. I don't know if you guys can agree with me, but I think Gold, Silver, and Crystal visually are also timeless. Like I can play those games like they look good to this day. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but it does.
I do like the way but I don't think
I like everything. Minimal animation side.
A lot of the problems with like HeartGold, SoulSilver are Gold and Silver problems, but when I look at them like as remakes, like okay, how do they do as remakes? I think they're really good because they're like I said earlier, It's like they take everything from Gold and Silver and they just add on it. Like, okay, yeah, maybe people might say it's ill. It's just, quantity over quality. There's a lot of stuff. I just feel like there's just so much content in the game. It's like you can put so much hours into it that I'm able to overlook all the Gold and Silver problems, as opposed to other remakes where it's like they don't add as much. So then the problems from the original games are more prominent. Like you notice them more because it's like, oh, since there's not that much new stuff, it's like, why would you keep this stuff from the older game? But HeartGold SoulSilver keeps alright. It has, like, the pacing issues and the Pokemon problems, but it's like I said, for one, I love how they have the Safari Zone and you can kind of change the environments and affect what kind of Pokemon appear. Like Larvitar is a Pokemon I love to use in HeartGold SoulSilver, which you can't really use in your regular playthrough of Gold and Silver because you get Larvitar at Mount Silver, like literally the very end of the post game.
Well, definitely the worst part of HeartGold SoulSilver is the main story, but I think people overlook that because you only play in Johto for like 15 to 20 hours, and then you spend like 100 hours plus on all the post game content. So you kind of forget about everything that was bad about the main story.
Like
Just
it starts
set you
off
up for the
rough
game.
because it's Gold and Silver, but then like you said, there's just more to do after. You forget about it when you compare the hours you put in the post game as opposed to the main game. It's like you don't even think about what you have to go through. Now, if you're doing like a let's play and you only do the main game, then yeah, you're not gonna have a fun time if you don't really like Johto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like as someone who just plays Pokemon, if you just play it for the fun of it, just to like squeeze as much as you can from a Pokemon game, then hell yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And like, I'm not opposed, like, for anyone, like, I'm not opposed to hopping and playing the post game at some point. But like initial thoughts, like going back to cancel, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done with this. Time to play something else. That was just kind of like the motive I had once I finished up HeartGold.
Wait till we get Legends Mew, my friend. Wait till we get Legends Mew.
I also just loved how you could like go around like every day and something would change in both Kanto and Johto because they would always have like the gym leaders are out and you could like get their phone numbers.
I did
for the
enjoy
rematches.
this. Yeah.
And it really felt like that was like the most alive that a Pokemon world has ever been, in my opinion. Just like how things would change all the time. I think the only other game that can maybe contend with that, it's not a remake.
Spots.
I think Gen 5 is definitely
Gen 5, right? Yeah, that's what I like. Gen 5.
Because you got the seasons, you've got seasons and you've got daily events as well. So
we can't get to that right now. You know what? it's pretty crazy because in the chat, I did not expect this. Okay, right now where the poll stands is Fire Red and Leaf Green are at 12%, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are 18%. Auras is at 31 and HeartGold and SoulSilver is at 39. I did not expect it to be that close.
Auras supremacy is still live, bros. I'm telling you. HeartGold SoulSilver, okay, cool. But Auras, don't sleep.
Let me explain in defense of my babies once more. First of all,
no one, bro. Fire Red and Leaf Green lost. All right, your defense is trash.
Everybody just doesn't know. These kids are too young. They don't know the majesty of Fire Red Leaf Green. And also, it's like a new game effect. Everybody's wanting to love on Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl right now. It's okay. It's gonna
it has 18%. It's losing.
Third place, bro.
I know. I'm just saying it should be lower.
Oh man, I can't wait to use a Crobat in Fire and Leaf Green. Oh wait,
can't wait to use Gliscor and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
Man, I can't wait to use my Steelix, my Scizor. When I replay Kanto and Fire and
we haven't even talked about Let's Go yet. We can't even. We can't even.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. First of all, to make this very clear, right? I'm here defending Let's Go because no one else will. That's the first point. Second thing is, I have played these games only up until today. We found Lieutenant Surge. I have not gone past it, but I have done like 5 or 10 minutes of research, and I also did not know that. Abilities, what was the other thing? Held items, right? Abilities, held items are not in the game. But I still have quite a lot of points to make to defend Let's Go. Because
How many points in specific?
1, 2, 3,
if you bring 4, up Mega 5, Evolution,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10! Top 10!
Ooh, wow,
Top 10 points to make Pokemon Let's Go.
10?
This is enticing. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, I can't wait to use Crobat in Pokemon Let's Go.
Shut up, JPR. Alright, listen. The first and foremost thing, between every game on the screen right now, Let's Go is the only one that I would consider to be a remake and not a remaster. Everything else has felt like a remaster, especially Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Fire Red, Leaf Green, right? Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl straight up is pretty much Diamond and Pearl, just amplified with its graphics and everything. Fire Red Leaf Green, same thing. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can argue is kind of like a Crystal remaster. Of course, it has like the added Lugia, Hoa, and events and all that. And Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is the furthest from a remaster, but it's still pretty much Ruby and Sapphire, but with just some extra stuff. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee has brand new characters, has red, blue, and green integrated into the story somewhat, and it also has a whole new catching mechanic, which none of the other games have had. No main series game except for Legend
That's not a good
Arceus.
thing.
No, that's not true.
We're here.
We can't praise
Don't worry
that.
about the catching mechanic. I'm ready for that. Go
No,
on.
no, no.
We can't praise that catching mechanic.
Hold up. I'm not saying that I love the catching mechanic by any means. I'm simply saying it's done something new. It's not everything else has kept the mechanics of the game the same. Let's go try to diversify and divert from that. Like, it's a remake of Yellow, but it does not have the same. Battles are the same, but the catching is different. What have the other 4 games done to combat that?
You know what?
Okay, okay.
I can understand. Game Freak, they said in a statement that they wanted to obviously bring the older audience and the newer audience together in this form of this game. And, Pokemon Go is still popping during that era as well. So I can understand why they implemented the catching mechanic into that game. And yeah, it is fun. But bro, do you know how many times people have costed themselves, and I don't know if that's because they're terrible at throwing the Pokeball with the Joy-Con and everything, but that catching mechanic has been one of the most controversial gameplay mechanics in the game at the same time. It's costing people some rare Pokemon, or, it's such a tedious thing to get at such a balanced angle to catch a Pokemon. And then, of course, you've got the different catch rate bonuses, the excellent, the great, and I can't remember what the first one was. I think it was okay or good or whatever. And many people like that. This game was ultimately, if we think about it logically, these games were made for the kids. They weren't made for us like older.
I want to pause you right there. I said that in my video about Let's Go Johto possibly happening, and people actually got mad. Which I'm not saying. Whatever.
It's a fact. Hello.
Hold on.
Like,
it's for the kids
100%.
because
It's for the kids and for the people who play Pokemon Go.
That's what it is. That's why people are getting mad at me for.
Game for
Exactly
family,
that.
bro. You can play this game with your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, and that's cool because you know what? It's a remake, of course, of a remaster of Yellow. A new era. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna implement Pokemon Go into a main series Pokemon game or whatever they wanted to do. But that for us, bro, I'm sure you can agree. When we played this game, we must have finished it in about.
But I'm not
days.
saying. See, the reason I don't like the games because I don't think the game is for me. But I can keep that aside and look at the game for what it is and be like, all right, they've done something new. That's
The innovation
here's
aspect
my
is
thing.
great.
That's what
but
I'm saying.
For what they done to make it an innovation, a bit of a try.
But
Go for it. I think Pokemon is already a casual enough game. It is already baby's first RPG, and I think simplifying it even more is just going too far. They didn't
feel like
need to
an
go.
RPG anymore.
But you know what? Game Freak doesn't seem to
Family
think so.
PG.
Game Freak, when Gen 5 came out, they're like, oh, we can't make maps complicated like we did in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. No more Mount Cornets. We're gonna make maps linear. And then you keep going, and they're like, oh, we can't add the Battle Frontier into Oresk because no attention span. So,
But just because they think that doesn't mean that they're right. Like they're not right when they do that. Like you know how many fans complain that we don't get the Battle Frontier and they think that like Pokemon should be easier. Like just because they think that
right
Pokemon should be easier doesn't mean it's supposed to.
Right, but the sales. I agree with you guys. I'm trying to play devil's advocate because I have to. But like, you know how many people complain about Sword and Shield being like too easy and too boring and everything. But it's the third best selling Pokemon game. like this. And let's go.
I don't think most people. Here's the thing. Like Pokemon is, like I said before, it is a very, very mostly casual fan base. I would say that for every one of us who takes these games super seriously, there are 9 casual fans who do not care how easy or hard the game is.
Which is why it's fine for Let's Go. That's exactly why it's okay.
Let's Go
Yeah,
was specifically aimed
okay,
at
but it
like a
doesn't, like-
newcomer audience, whereas Pokemon was already like encompassing all of those audiences.
Right.
Like, Pokemon could already appeal to like veterans and newcomers alike, whereas Let's Go is just newcomers.
Okay,
This is
so-
basically the
They
game
didn't have to
perfect
do
for
that.
family, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
which
literally,
is
family.
which is why I think it's the best one of the five. Because okay, what are the other four catered towards? It caters on nostalgia. It caters on the cash grab for old fans.
But it's also for new fans. Let's say like someone who didn't grow up with Gold and Silver,
Yeah.
like literally Infamous didn't play Gold and Silver, but he played Heart Gold.
and he
Soul
hated
Silver.
it. And he hated
That's
it.
what it's-
And he hated it.
He hated it. That's his problem.
Wait,
though. That's
but
his
I
problem,
will
though.
play the hell out of HeartGold SoulSilver before I play Let's Go again.
Let's go.
It took me 7 months to beat Let's Go because
Look.
I was like, this game sucks.
Look, I want the four of you to keep your own likes and dislikes outside of this and look at because that's what I'm doing here. I don't like these games, bro. I did not play through them, but I'm looking at them and I'm like Raf said, these are family games. This is the first time where you got co-op. You can actually, I can take these games.
It makes the game easier though.
But I can finally take my like little 3-year-old cousin, give him a Joy-Con and be like, this is what we gotta do, and he'll learn by watching me play, by playing with me. What other Pokemon game can do this? What other games do you have?
what doesn't make it?
You're-
What doesn't make
you're-
it?
He's not
you're-
playing real
I
Pokemon.
agree,
though.
but I think the main aspect that what we're seeing is that the way that Game Freak made these games, it just felt like a Pokemon Go shortcut. Like honestly, like it was just a full on game. You're playing with one Joy-Con. You're going around Kanto again. Like for goodness sake, Kanto. Like we love Kanto. Okay, cool. Like but we're back in Kanto again, my guy. And then like
Kanto alone is why this game was already like on shaking.
Your entire Fire Red Leaf Green, argument stands on Kanto, my guy. Don't forget that.
No, I'm just saying you don't need to remake Kanto twice within 20 years. That's too much. One
It was-
remake is enough. What is
it was a brilliant aspect for like, yes, okay, cool, we get it. It's for the family. It's for the everyone to get involved. But the newer generation, they're playing this game for the first time, and then they're gonna play the next Pokemon game. They're gonna be like, why isn't the games like this? I want to go back to Let's Go. And they're going to be in an infinite loop thinking, Let's Go, so enjoyable for me. I'm in this whole new chibi world and I can throw my Joy-Con at the TV sometimes and accidentally hit it, but I can still catch that Psyduck. But then at the same time, they're missing a massive gap between the era of how Pokemon is, and how it's going to be. Like, you know what it is? When Pokemon
Introducing you to fake Pokemon.
Wait, how is Pokemon going to be, Ralph? I didn't know you could predict Legends Arceus.
Well, it's just that like new games like Sword and Shield are so much different from how.
Yeah,
games
like
are.
you see the massive jump in that, but you know what? I can understand it. Honestly, I'm not trying to like badmouth these games. I felt like they were fun when I played them, but then, bro, I've never picked up Let's Go again. It's given me no it's giving me no drive to be like, you know what? I want to play that game again.
I want to spring off of this actually because I think the first time I played Let's Go, I was really impressed actually. I had a lot of fun the first time I played Let's Go. I thought it was very refreshing. I thought a lot of the stuff they added was very nice. But then, this is the only Pokemon game that I genuinely cannot replay. I think the catching system ruins so much of the game.
Because I
it's
don't
like,
think the
to
game
me-
is for us. I just don't think the game is for
To
us.
me, like replaying a Pokemon game is like where the fun comes from because you can replay with so many different options, so many different teams, right? It's just that I mean, like you get no EXP from trainer battles. First of all, like I don't know what it is. They changed the EXP system somehow. Like you fight trainers, you get like no EXP. All the EXP comes from catching Pokemon.
Yes.
So it's like I'm forced to catch Pokemon that I don't want to catch as I'm going through the game. And that's fine for a first playthrough, but for subsequent playthroughs, it's just annoying and it makes me not want to play at all.
It's good that you brought that up as well
There's
because
literally some gyms that's like you have to catch a certain amount of.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon.
they won't even let you in if you don't have the.
Wait,
like, the
really?
Pokemon.
the limitations,
Oh,
the
sad
limitations,
boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're the one that can grant yourself more experience if you want by simply throwing the Pokeball in a certain circle, and then before you know it, you're going to be mastering that technique to just level up, level up, level up. But what about the trainer battles? The whole concept of going through Kanto again, taking on Team Rocket, the gym leaders, everything about it. It just felt so friendly to us, and obviously that is obviously going to be a bit biased towards us anyway because we're old school. We know how to play the games, and when we just went back to Let's Go, it just felt like Pokemon Go, bro. And
Well, they focus so much of the
Yeah.
gameplay around catching Pokemon, and they strip
Yeah.
catching Pokemon down to just flicking a Joy-Con. So, I mean, if that's the bulk of your gameplay, you know, it's gonna get kind of old pretty fast.
very stale. Like, I remember the marketing for these games, like, oh, it's a family game and you're gonna go into a whole new world and catch 150 species of Pokemon. And like, for newer players, that's like, oh my god, 150 Pokemon? Wow, that's great. I can't wait to play it. And even when I was playing the games, I remember staying up late nights trying to complete the Pokedex, you know, trying to progress through the game. And it is very nostalgic, but at the same time, I felt like, wow, it's like, you know, even going back to like Fire Red and Leaf Green, games like that compared to like how Kanto's being portrayed now. Again, Kanto, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't hate the games, but at the same time, I felt like, you know, people were
Like,
complaining about
they're
it.
Fine, they do what they're meant to do. But I mean, but it's just like if we compare
It's just for the family, really. They're family
yeah,
games.
like if
That's
you
cool.
But if you compare them to like other remakes, they're not the best remake.
I don't know, man. For me, the point I'm trying to make is
go
specifically
on.
the point is, I feel like the other 4 will classify more as remasters, whereas this one, it's not that. Basically, what it is like, by definition, you have to eliminate the other 4, and this is the only one remaining. Is what I'm trying to say.
So basically, you're trying to win from a technicality. Oh,
Yeah.
I win because this is technically remake. Those technically aren't. Oh,
No, that's literally it.
I can get your point. I get your point because like they are the remakes of Pikachu, Pokemon Yellow, but
all right, but
what's carrying
mean?
it?
What do you mean that it's like it's more of a remake and the others are remastered? Explain that.
So, okay, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is the easiest one to tag on for this, right? Or it's like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is literally just Diamond and Pearl updated with better graphics and whatever, right?
So you're saying that like Let's Go deviates the most. It's the most new out of.
It's not just that. It's not like so. Okay, one thing is, of course, the catching mechanic, as we just talked about. Whether you like it or not, that's one thing. The other thing is, they actually tried some new things. For example, the protagonist and the rival character are very different. And Red, Blue, and Green are characters within the story. That's not a thing in Yellow, right? In Yellow, it's you play as Red, and of course those characters are not there.
Ash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're Ash.
You are correct. It is Pokemon Ash version. You're incorrect. But yeah, you basically
no Magmar in the gym.
but like it's not Fire Red, Leaf Green. All the other ones they take exactly who your characters are and everything, and just just go with it. This
Heart
one,
Gold, Soul Silver, they have Lyra instead of Crystal.
all
So
right,
technically,
technically
meaning it is not a remaster, it is a remake.
who's
So
your
if you wanna
rival in
compare Heart Gold, Soul
all 5
Silver-
games? Who's your rival in all 5 games?
What?
Who's your rival in Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, Soul Silver?
Silver.
Yeah, and it's Silver and Heart Gold,
Okay,
Soul
but
Silver.
Still, but
What was
Lyra's
the
is
point?
a new character.
You know
What was the point of changing all the characters around if they weren't going to change the story at all?
this
What was
is
the point
exactly what I was going to say.
Changing the characters when the main characters are
It just
literally
puts
the
this
same,
game-
They don't speak.
It just puts this game in this weird hybrid timeline where nothing makes sense, and it's like
No,
okay,
it
where
makes
does
sense
this happen?
because
Chase is a far
you
worse
needed
rival compared
you
to
needed
Blue.
to have a Kanto game in the Mega Evolution timeline. Speaking of which, my next point: Mega Evolutions.
No,
Yes.
no. They did that as like a, hey, we're sorry these games are this way. Let's give you megas to cover it up.
Don't get me wrong, yeah, it was cool having the megas in the game, but for someone that is playing a family-oriented game and they're like, oh my god, a Mega Evolution? What's this all about? Play the previous games and then you understand.
Let me.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's like I get that. Okay, it's cool to have megas. Who doesn't want megas? I mean, actually, I know some people who don't. But it's like the way they handled this. Like, it might as well just throw it in the post game like they did in Sun and Moon, because at least with Oras. Shout out to Oras. They implemented megas with the lore and Gen 6. That was like the best integration of like, using the new generation and the
That's
remakes.
true. Here it just comes out of nowhere.
He's
You
got
just
me.
throw it
He's
at the
got me.
very end of the game, like, oh, you beat Blaine. Here's a mega. Like, what the heck? And you can only mega evolve the Kanto.
They should have
story.
done it. They should have done like Pokemon Origins, where they introduce like it as a tease early in the game with like
Ooh.
Dr. Fuji giving you the stone, and you're just like, "What is
The
this?"
Mewtwo battle, you use it against
That
Mewtwo.
would've been
Pokemon
cool.
Origins was so dope. They handled megas the best way they could. Oh my god!
Let me get through my remaining points just so I
Yeah,
can
go
get
on,
over
go
this.
on.
All right.
Point
Yeah,
for
go
Fire
ahead,
Red
go
Leaf
ahead,
Green
go ahead.
because Origins is based off of it.
Shut up,
Let's go.
JPR. So I think I genuinely think Gold, Silver, and Crystal I think have timeless graphics. I think if there's any other game that has timeless graphics, I genuinely think it's Let's Go. This isn't even just like me trying to defend it. I genuinely do think so.
No, that's a fair point. I do like the graphics.
Yeah, and then I think it has the best falling mechanic by like bar none. It is the only one where you could, like it took the sorting mechanic in ORS and made it better. And
You can ride on Arcanine. That is true.
It like I don't know why Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl couldn't do that, or even Sword and Shield. Like their falling mechanics were terrible, like terrible. I like.
You had to wait DLC for that, bro, in Sword and Shield.
And it was bad. And it was just bad. Like in Pokemon Let's Go, at least you could. I don't know the unique ways you could ride on different Pokemon. It was pretty cool. It's not the best point, of course, but it's still a point. I think Master Trainer mirror matches are. It's not the greatest thing. It's not the greatest thing, but it is a unique. It is a very unique way to test your skills against the same kind of Pokemon.
No, it's not unique. All you need to use is Protect and Toxic, and that's it. Like,
wait, really?
And spam candies. Yeah.
Forget that point.
Almost every single Master Trainer battle I won by using Toxic and Protect.
All right, point invalid. Point invalid. I take it back.
I saw dudes like abuse the candy system, get like 999 in every stat with like a level 5 Pidgey. It's actually hilarious.
Point invalid.
Oh, wow.
The candy system is so.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
but,
no. Like I only did them because you need to beat at least 6 trainers to unlock the red battle. That's why. Like there's no point. I hate it. That was.
Yeah, the master battles were actually really lame.
Sorry, what did you guys say?
Like they're cool in theory, but like the way it was handled, it's like, bro, with the way you have the candies, it's like just spam candies and then just Toxic and Protect.
Yeah, you either crack your Pokemon out or you just win with the lamest strategy possible.
Yo, what do you guys talk about candies? I didn't get this far in the game.
The candies,
you can use candies to raise your stats.
Yep.
When you catch Pokemon, you get like the specific candy.
Oh, I never use those things.
You know how Pokemon Go has like a candy system?
Yeah.
Like
I never use those things.
To power it up. So those are in that game too, but like you do it. It's kind of like the protein vitamins and stuff like that from the other games, but like there's no cap on it, and you can just keep powering them up till they literally reach the stat limit.
Small, medium, and large candies, depending on the catches.
Yeah, so like I said, you could literally have like a level 5 Pidgey with like 999 in every stat because it's just
Caterpie's wrecking the game.
Look, man, and the only other point I got for you guys is that I think Let's Go has the best shiny. Don't laugh, man. It has the best shiny hunting method.
Your voice.
We respect you for putting it down for those games, bro. We respect you.
You can hear the despair in his voice, like he's already.
Wait, I got two. I got two.
A bonus point.
It's the easiest Pokedex to complete because of Pokemon Go. Let's go. Bet. No pun intended. And best shiny hunting method. Easy. For all the shiny hunters out there, they rather.
All right, Overworld shinies is dope, and so is seeing Pokemon in the Overworld.
It's pretty dope.
See here's my little counter to the shinies. It's cool, but it's like also it's a little bit like too easy to the point. I don't know. I mean, it just depends on how you like shiny hunting because I'm not really big on it either. But it's like the way you shiny hunt it. Let's go. You catch Pokemon, you get a catch rate of like a catch combo of up to 30, and then after that, you just literally have to stand there and wait until the shiny pops. You literally just do nothing.
Sit in the grass and you avoid
just
getting
sit in the grass and just wait. You maybe go in and out to cause a respawn. You can literally just stand there until the Pokemon respawns and the shiny will show up. You don't really have to encounter anything. I feel like if anything, that's even more boring. Like I've seen streams like, all right, guys, we're gonna shiny hunt this shiny Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest. All right, we gotta catch Chem 130. All right, stay there.
Viridian Forest.
Just wait until a shiny Pokemon shows up, as opposed to like regular shiny hunting. We have to keep encountering. It's still not really fun to me.
It's not.
This is like the shiny hotspot.
I'd rather encounter Pokemon because you're doing something as opposed to just waiting for it to sit on your lap. Pretty much, you know what I mean?
Well, fair enough. I tried defending Let's Go as best as I can. No, it's cool, man. I agree with you guys. I think it's. I didn't beat the games. I barely got through them, so you guys know how I feel about it. But
somebody had to defend the game.
Yeah, you guys all took everything, bro. I had to do it.
We respect you. We respect you.
I think Let's Go, they're fine games. Like they're fun for like a one-time playthrough, or like like we said, they're really good for bringing in new audiences. And I wouldn't mind replaying them.
I don't know about that one. You're capping, my guy. You're capping.
No, I'm not. I played Let's Go like 3 times. So I played Let's Go.
Why?
Let's Go.
Why would you do?
I played them back to back, and then I played Let's Go Pikachu again because they're fun. They're like super casual. Like if I don't want to like a really hardcore, it's not hardcore Pokemon's, but you know, just,
you know what?
like here's the reason.
Remakes I can
Not too
replay
competitive and
with the least
strategic.
strings
I like
attached.
I like the fact that just the graphics, it looks really good. Like that's the main.
It is
thing.
the
fact that
best
you can
looking
follow with
Pokemon
Pokemon.
game.
It has the most
Yeah,
charm.
the games look
Easy.
really good. That's the
the
biggest
most charming
draw
game.
for me.
Yeah, it's the most charming game. Well,
But you know which of these remakes that you can replay as many times as you want to, with
No.
as many different teams and routes to the region.
it's
and
not Fire
real
Red Leaf
strings
Green.
attached.
It's not Fire Red.
Or-
Leaf Green.
It's Fire Red
Yes.
Leaf Green, guys.
Literally every
Oh,
remake
man.
minus Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
So I think
Everyone has a Cascoon.
I think we should take the next 10 minutes to wrap it up because Infamous has to go and it's probably getting a bit long as a podcast as it is. So let's get our consensus, boys. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but one by
Let's
one.
go introduce auto EXP share that you can't turn off. Let's go, sucks.
That's true. And if you think about it, you know, people get mad at Sword and Shield because of Dexit, but technically, Let's Go were the first games that didn't let you that cut off the Pokedex. You only got to catch 151 Pokemon and the Alola form.
That's
So
true.
nobody ever brings that up.
And Meltan and Melmetal, and you can't even.
Oh, I
evolve
forgot
Meltan
about
in the
those
actual
two.
game.
Best Pokemon introduction by far. No one thought it was a
Bro,
real
you
Pokemon.
can't even evolve Meltan in game. You have to evolve it in
Yeah.
Pokemon Go and then send it in. That's so
Like
trash.
That's
400
really dumb.
candies.
It's like a way to force you to play Pokemon.
Look, man, Niantic made Pokemon more money than I could even imagine. They had to do something for them.
Make a family-oriented game.
Like, if you could at least, you know, catch Meltan and then you can only evolve it in Let's Go, that's fine. But not like catch it in Go and then you have to like catch it multiple times, get the candies, only evolve it in that game, which is dumb. So like if you want to get a Melmetal for Sword and Shield or any future game, you're still gonna have to go back to Pokemon Go and grind.
Did they ever put
Meltan
Gmax
to get
Melmetal in Sword and Shield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
an event.
But it's been revealed as it was used during one of the championship finals, but they haven't actually distributed it yet, so it is. in
And
the
I
game.
was waiting like some sort of like a lore dump to come along with that. Like actually,
They would never, bro.
give us
They would never.
No,
Do you know
it
Pokemon the
just
new
can.
gens? They would never.
Nah.
new
It's
mystical
literally
Pokemon.
I
just
spent too much time on that. No way.
It's literally just a reason to go like, hey, you want Gmax Melmetal, you got to play Pokemon Go. That game is still relevant. I mean, it is still relevant, but it's like that's what it felt like. It's like go back to Pokemon Go if you want it.
Shout out to Terry K who's saying I was hoping Let's Go Johto would be called Let's Go Dunsparce and Let's Go Delibird. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Delibird. Oh
I
wow.
don't want to Let's Go Johto.
I think it's gonna-
Silver remakes.
I
Please.
genuinely think what it's gonna be is we're gonna get a main series game, a Let's Go game, a Legends game, and maybe a remake kind of thing.
I don't want no more Let's Go. Like,
I
it
don't
it
want
served
no
its
more Let's
purpose,
Go.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
Let's
we'll
Go
see.
didn't even have the Safari Zone, man.
We'll see.
Rip.
All right, boys, let's get the consensus. JPR, let's hear your favorite Pokemon game and why.
All right, I know I defended
Remake,
my
remake. Yeah.
boys Fire Red and Leaf Green to the death.
No, you did
But
not.
I have
It was
to- I
trash.
have to
Absolutely.
agree.
I defended Let's Go better than you defended Fire Red Leaf Green.
No, you did not. Hello.
We had Kanto remakes. What can we do? We were on the same boat.
Okay, you know what? I just don't want to be in the Kanto region for real, like at all.
Come to win.
I will admit, like the biggest points against Fire Leaf Green are still like the 150 Pokemon that they stick to. You can't get Crobat, you can't get Caesar. That's pretty lame. You know, they nerf Giovanni, unacceptable.
Right.
You know, they still have flaws. I don't think any of these remakes are perfect by any means.
Except HeartGold, SoulSilver.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Not gonna lie, I was like firmly against Oras, but I think
That's what-
after hearing everyone's points, I think I've come to appreciate Oras a little
Thank
more.
you. Thank you very much.
But I still got to give it to HeartGold SoulSilver.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair enough.
I want to say the chat is saying JPR, you defended Fire Red Leaf Green better than I defended Let's Go. So
Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. I knew you'd be on my side. Y'all are
so
base.
sad.
Y'all are the true heroes.
Infamous, your turn.
He's muted.
Okay,
No,
no,
he's
I'm back. Sorry, I was putting something down. Even though I am a Gen 4 stand through and through, all right, I'm gonna have to give it to Oras. It was
Thank
the one
you.
that I played the most out of all these remakes. And I'm gonna say this for anybody who's like, I hate Gen 2. I'm gonna go play the post game, not soon, but I'll play it at some point, and then I'll give like another opinion about it afterwards. But Oras did it well with introducing Megas to that generation in that game. I enjoyed just playing it, and I played that game with all 3 starters. And I don't like Mudkip. That's a whole different conversation, I guess. But I played that game multiple times with all 3 starters, and even now I'm playing another playthrough of it.
Of Auras?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Maybe I should.
He's
give it a
got me.
chance.
He's got me. He's got me.
Maybe I should give it a chance.
I think you should. I enjoyed it. I mean, I
It's a
had
game, bro.
tons
It's
of
a
fun with
game.
those teams, and I like those games a lot. So, you know, again, BDSP, it's good. The underground is really saving it, but overall, Auras definitely, I think, takes it for me.
All right, Zach, your turn.
All right.
We got one for the HeartGold, one for Auras. Let's hear. Yeah.
So here's the thing. When it comes to like the remakes, I have like two that are really close, but obviously one's gonna go top. But what's interesting is like when it comes to this debate, like I've been tackling everything in the aspect of like, all right, how are they as remakes? Because obviously this is a debate about remakes. So when I think remakes, it's like how well did they improve on the original game, right? And in that aspect, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, you know what I mean? You could have done Platinum, but that's a whole different story. But for me, like as Pokemon game, number 2 would be Auras for me. But in terms of remakes, it's Fire and Leaf Green. But in both aspects, games and remakes, not Fire and Leaf Green. Oh my god. No,
Go ahead, Zach. Freudian slip. Freudian slip. He knew it. He knew it was Fire and Leaf Green.
HeartGold and SoulSilver all the way. There's just so much. Like, all right, Gold and Silver has its problems, but like I feel like it's the remakes that have improved on the base games the most. There's just so much more content, like we said. You know, there's the Battle Frontier. We didn't even get to mention the Pokewalker.
I was about to say the Pokewalker and the Pokeathlon.
The Pokeathlon.
Pokeathlon
There's just
slaps.
so many things. Like
Slaps.
You know, the way they implemented the legendaries, the Jade Orb, the forgotten Jade Orb, even though you know, it's pretty obscure now, but that was pretty cool implementation. You know, there's just so many cool things, like the gym leader rematches. The Safari Zone is a huge aspect. Like I love it because all the cool Johto Pokemon that you can't get in regular Gold and Silver to the post game, they're available in the main game now because of the Safari Zone. Just things like that. It's just like it's such an improvement, and I love all the implementation, all the upgrades that have been done to Pokemon in the 4th gen were just put into the game, and it doesn't feel forced to me. Like it just feels like a natural like progression. It's just an updated version. It's like this is Gold and Silver in a more modern version. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, let's say, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, where it's just like it's literally just Diamond and Pearl HD with like a few new additions. You know what I mean? Like it feels like a more natural integration with the generation, as like almost like Auras as well. So yeah, I've already said everything I have to say. HeartGold, SoulSilver are the best remakes. They improve on the games the most as opposed to every other.
All right, that's 2 for HeartGold and 1 for Auras and 0 for the rest. Raf, before you go, I just have to say thank you once again to Mr. Monster for the $5 super chat. He says, 31 years old, and it's hard for me not to enjoy any of these games. I've always loved to play my whole life. I can't lie, you guys are entertaining though. We're we're entertaining group, guys.
Oh, shout out to
Thank
you.
Maybe you'll see more of us later on. Who knows? Maybe. Raf, your turn.
Right, I've already laid out my cards on the table, but I'm going to kind of do a reverse for what Zach was saying. I still think HeartGold and SoulSilver are brilliant games. Like he was saying, you know, updated versions to be with the modern era, like the Nintendo DS, playing those games on the Nintendo DS compared to how we would play the originals back on the Game Boy Color. It truly outlined what, you know, a remake is all about and how you can push a system to remake something and make it better with so many new implementations. But for me, I'm going to be a bit biased. I'm sticking with Auras. I just feel like, you know, those games, even though, of course, they had so many innovations as well, they really pushed a driven narrative for the gameplay. You know, they combined so many elements from the previous games and put it all into one game just prior to the era before ending towards Sun and Moon. The story as well, building off the plot of the story, that's what made the games really enjoyable for me. Like I'm a sucker for the story of the Pokemon games. Don't get me wrong. I love all of the post-game content. I love, you know, going on these quests and catching the Pokemon. But, you know, when you play a game, the story is something that holds it down. And I feel like Aura's done a great way, especially to do with the super ancient Pokemon primal forms. And, you know, all right, cool. It wasn't, you know, it slacked a lot maybe on what could have been a Super Emerald for all you know, but
Super
I still
Emerald,
feel
my
it's
God.
Super Emerald, you know, it's super, you know, you gotta get those words in there. But yeah, it's Auras for me. It's Auras.
Surprised you didn't go with your favorite. Bro, you
Nah,
know,
bro.
it's crazy.
After what's happened today, we won't talk about that anymore.
I'm surprised we didn't go on an Elekid rant, but we don't have time for that right now.
Nah, we
Anyways,
had a couple mentions, you know, keep it
Bro,
nice
I
and
love
slow.
Oh,
Elekid,
Elekid
just
comes
keep
from
it
Heart Gold
simple.
Soul Silver. Oh my god, these games are amazing.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
hold on, we can't go on a Elekid rant right now. Infamous has to go to an airport soon.
Bro, you catch an Electabuzz, take it to the daycare, boom, Elekid.
Infamous, do you have to go or what's it like?
I'm about to hop off now. Ellie Kid's base. Let's just say that first.
Yeah.
Electivire, top tier mon. We have to convert hybrid. He needs the experience in Electivire.
Elekid for hybrid.
W-
Get it trending, everyone.
Another
Elekid for hybrid.
another podcast.
Oh my god,
another
I just
podcast.
realized another point for HeartGold Soul Silver really quick.
JPR
Is
just
the
said it.
fact that,
JPR
like-
just said it. JPR just said it. Go.
What?
I'm pretty sure JPR
no,
said it. Go for it.
It's about the Pokemon. The fact that, like, you know, unlike Fire Red and Leaf Green, that like older Pokemon that get new evolutions, they just block it to the post game. You can get Gen 4 evolutions in HeartGold Soul Silver, like Togekiss, Electivire, Magmodar. They don't block it in the game, so it's like a nice integration of, you know, remaking the older games and giving you older Pokemon. But if they have new evolutions, then, you know,
That is
they,
true.
They are part of the game as well. They don't block it like Let's Go and Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm done. That's it.
Good point.
You
Infamous,
can get Electivire in HeartGold Soul Silver. There you go. That's it. It all comes together. That's where it ends.
Infamous, would you like to say your buys, or are you gonna stay for like another 5 minutes? I'll leave it up to you. Either of us are all right, but I don't want to hold you up.
Yeah.
Hold you back if you're gonna.
No, you're good. Everyone have a great night. I gotta go pick them up and do some things. So it's been great talking to everybody. Talking about BDSP, it didn't win, but I mean, it is what it is. Horace is based anyway. So everyone have a good night. I'll see you guys later.
Take care, bro.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you for coming out, bro.
No problem.
So now that he's here, now he's gone. My bad. I can
The
talk.
tiebreaker
I
vote.
can. I'm kidding. So
The
all right.
tiebreaker vote hybrid. What is it gonna be?
I swear to God, hybrid. If you go with Let's Go.
Wait. So okay. Even if let's say hypothetically I did give my vote to Let's Go, it won't matter because I have to be the tiebreaker vote regardless. At that point, it would just be get rid of the other three, pick between Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, right? Let me say, let me just say my last points for Let's Go while I still can, because you know JPR and Infamous took time to talk about BDSP and Fire and Leaf Green respectively. I still think by definition, by technicality, solely by technicality, I think Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee should win this debate. But would I play them again? No. Do I like them? No. Did I beat them? No. That being said, I do think there's a place in the Pokemon franchise for Let's Go in the future. And I do personally think if they continued with Let's Go, I think it would have I think people will be open to it, because if you had it every 4 years, kids will be there. It'll be a nice family game to get, you know, the little kid that was 4 years old that played Let's Go 4 years ago, he's now 8. And when his little 4-year-old sibling comes around, he or she can teach them how to play. Perfect game. I feel like it's a perfect family game, like Raf said. And yeah, that's it. That's all for Let's Go, but it's still a trash game. Anyways, I will say, I'm in the same boat as JPR, whereas I did not like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire going into this podcast, but all the points Raf had to say about the lore and how like Groudon and Kyogre, like how they did them perfectly in the story and everything, and what Infamous had to say about them, I definitely opened up to it more, and I'm even considering playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire now, which
Give it a chance. I reckon you enjoy it, bro.
Yeah, I'm debating giving it a chance, but I still stand by Heart Gold and Soul Silver being the best remakes. Like, I don't think there's any like I think going into this, we all knew this was going to be the outcome.
No, I see it. I definitely see it.
Yeah,
100%.
because it's not even like the whole quality. It's not even
the usual.
The whole, I wouldn't even agree with the quantity over quality statement, because I don't think that's true. I think whatever you get in Heart Gold and Soul Silver is of quality. The Pokeathlon, fire. The Pokewalker is a great physical addition to the remakes, which we haven't had a physical edition since, and I think that was a nice little addition. I also think
actually the Pokeball Plus,
But you had to buy it.
You had to buy it separately.
God, they made you pay for a goddamn.
And you can't even play Super Smash Brothers with it. What a shit.
And like even the Battle Frontier's top quality, it is of course the same thing as Platinum, but it's still top quality. And I think for the time being, the super boss that we have, Red is still one of the best trainers. I think second to Cynthia at this point in time. It's got everything that you would want from a Pokemon game, even rematches and everything. It might not be the best, but I do think it's the best of the remakes, personally. So, yep. That's 3 for HeartGold, SoulSilver. 2 for Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire.
Justice wins again. You love to see it.
Man, it's really unfortunate that we couldn't do Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl some justice. I was I was really hoping.
It's their fault for not remaking Platinum.
But it has Elekid, bro.
Yeah, that's what saves it for like it's a passable game. Because
Yeah, all of these games on screen have Elekid except for Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah, Let's Go's not even in the conversation.
That's why Let's Go didn't win, because it didn't have Elekid.
Yeah, if they had Elekid, it might have had a chance.
Wait, all of these other games do have Elekid, right? Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a prophecy. Who knows? Y'all should check out.
Elekid isn't in the main game of like Oras, but I'm pretty sure you can get it through the what is
The next
Nav,
Nav and the other, what is it, the Mirage spots.
Yeah. Dang. Well, we'll have our Elekid podcast one day. I'm waiting on it. It's just gonna be those 4 talking to me about how great Elekid is. You guys want to do that next?
An Elekid podcast.
A podcast solely
talk about how
about
it thrashed me in the game.
It's not even going to be a podcast. It's going to be an intervention. Us just sitting down and being like, Hybrid, what is wrong, bro? Just accept Elekid.
I'll be talking about Magbeat.
Oh my god.
Dog!
Oh,
Mr.
To be fair,
rumors on
I
his
like
head.
Magby,
Hello?
but like Elekid, come on.
Got those Bakugo-looking arms when he evolves. Like,
Yo, you're the one typing up Magmar for Pokemon Yellow being Blaine's ace. Come on now.
no, that's Magmar. That's Magmar, okay? That's Pokemon Yellow. We're in 2021, Hybrid. Why are you holding on to the past? I said that an hour ago.
Samurai Trainer Z out here talking the most smack, saying Hybrid Heroes.
Honestly, if there are Let's Go games, it probably would be Let's Go Elekid, Let's Go
Magby, right? When
But
the
it-
4 of you
Let's go. If you buy Let's Go Magby, don't talk to me. Bro.
when the 4 of you buy Let's Go Elekid, I'll be out there doing Magby justice.
If you get Let's Go Magby, you are blocked. Okay. That's
Someone
just-
here has to have the trade evos ready. Come on, guys.
It doesn't have to be you though. Join us.
Yeah, get out of here, bro.
Join the supremacy.
I actually prefer Elekid over Magby, but you guys are really pushing me to like Magby more than Elekid.
Bro, you want to know something? Like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, they're not that great as remakes. They're okay, they're passable, but you know,
Remasters.
together is not that great.
Yeah.
But like if you want to look at them as individuals, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl is the worst Pokemon game because it doesn't even have Elekid.
Damn.
They have Magby as the exclusive Pokemon.
I'm glad
So
the point of
Brilliant
this is
Diamond.
that Oris is underrated. You know what, Ron? I'm very surprised on how like Raph.
Honestly, I think more than anything, Brilliant
No.
Diamond Shining Pearl made me appreciate Oras more. Because I used to really not like Oras. But after playing
Yeah.
Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, I'm like, you know what? I actually kind of like how Oras was more bold with some of their choices. So
Raph,
Yeah.
you did a great job defending of Oras. I'm glad we
I
didn't
was
give this one to
expecting
Infamous.
Slug Lord.
which is funny because earlier Raph was like, man, I don't even know. I everything I'm defending, I have something wrong with it too.
I can see the criticism behind it, but at the same time, beautiful games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Like I said, none of these are perfect. None of these are
Emerald is
perfect.
still better,
There's no perfect
kind
one.
of.
Each
But,
game
you
has
know.
its own greatness.
I
Shout-
feel like if Oras just had more Emerald elements, you know, like Emerald.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be so good.
Yeah.
It would be like in my top HeartGold.
The music was proper too.
Yeah, they settled with Ruby and Sapphire, which is I hate when remakes do that. I get it because you want to sell 2 versions of the game, but it's like
I mean,
take a
at
lot
least
more
at
from
least
the
Ruby and
best
Sapphire is
version.
like a better foundation than like what some of these other games have.
The Diamond and Pearl
Yeah,
with your
Diamond and
150 decks, bro.
Like
Oh
I
my
will take
God.
them remaking Ruby and Sapphire over them remaking Diamond and Pearl.
Just
Like,
remember, chat. All of us, maybe not Zach, but so far, JPR, me, Raph, Infamous, all enjoyed Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Great game. Like we had a good time.
I'm enjoying the games, but it's
I
like
know,
I
I
can't
know.
stop looking at Diamond and Pearl.
I know.
I can't stop thinking Diamond and Pearl. That's the problem. Like John said, I'd take a Ruby and Sapphire. Like if they did like the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl remake style, like Ilka style remake for Ruby and Sapphire, I'd take that over Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. 'Cause I just
And I
don't
think
like-
it's fine to be like, you know what, these games are fun but flawed.
Yeah.
You can sit and admit
Yeah.
that. You can be like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
They're not
I,
perfect.
you know what? I hope Pokemon Twitter realizes that it's okay if you don't like a game. It's okay if a game is flawed.
Twitter will never realize anything.
Nah, it's too late. It's too late for sanity there, bro. It's too late.
There's no
Oh,
hope for
man.
Twitter. Just give up.
Well, everyone. Before we wrap up, I have to give shouts to a few people. Shouts to Kuro for being the mod of today's podcast. Kuro, you took care of things really well. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Bruno.
Big brain Bruni.
I chat. I apologize. It was my first time doing a podcast like this on the channel live. I couldn't really, reply to all of you, but I did keep an eye on the chat, which is why I was quiet at points. And thank you all so much for joining us and giving your points. Because you know what, there were some points that I think JPR and I and Raf and Zach, I don't know if you were paying attention, but I think that we looked at the chat a few times. We're like, you know what, good point there. Good point. We were Poke Walker and Pokeathlon especially. Forgot about those for a bit. But yeah, it was really fun talking to the four of you. Infamous is not here, I know, but I'm glad he showed up for a bit. You guys have any closing thoughts, closing statements, and want to ping your channels?
Well, when Zach said you can't get Crobat in Fire Red Leaf Green, it was like, he's out of line, but he's right.
He speaks the truth.
Fair enough. We want to plug your channel,
See you.
JPR?
See you guys,
Yeah, you guys
in the
can
Black
find
and White
me at
remake.
JPRPokeTrainer98. I'm not in the description. Oh well.
I didn't add anyone there. I gotta do that. I forgot about that.
Am I
Thanks.
in Hybrid's box?
No, it rotates, bro. Come on. You're on screen. You
He's
got.
got it on shuffle. He's got it on shuffle.
Man, what am I even here for?
Come on, man. You
Fire
know
Red
what?
Leaf Green.
No. This is a great topic. JPR, you know why you're here?
Stand Fire Red Leaf Green.
Because apparently you don't know me, my guy. I went, chat. Everyone search up who's that PokeTuber quiz JPR. Go to JPR's quiz.
No way.
I kid you not. For some odd reason, from our circle of friends, the only people that are there, I believe, is me, JPR, and Mystic. Everybody else is not there. All right, Hoops and Hip Hop's not there. Toby's not there. Zach isn't there.
That video is like from 2017.
2018. You stand
2018.
corrected. Raph is not there. No one there. All right, no one there. And when JPR goes through that list, he gets to Twintendo. It's like, Twintendo, Eevee. Right below I'm pretty sure I'm only there because I was friends with Twintendo. But right below Twintendo, it's HybridHero. And he goes, HybridHero. I don't even think I've ever heard of this guy. Skips over. Skips over. I kid you not. And I was just casually watching this video the other day. I didn't even know my name was there. I hear this. I'm like, HybridHero. Whoa. I'm like, wait, is it going to be a Squirtle Wurtle? I don't know. I didn't even know this guy. Skips over. I couldn't believe it. So you know what? You not being in this box, there you go, bro. You go.
Hey, bro. Nice to meet you, first of all.
Nice to meet you too, Feb.
The second of all, Let's Go's not that good.
It ain't. I agree with you. Hey, shout out everyone. Be sure to watch JPR Cynthia video. It's booming. Zach, your turn.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'm LumioseTrainerZac. You can find me at youtube.com/LumioseTrainerZac. Yeah, that's it.
You'll find some new streams in his channel in a few months. I think maybe. I'm speaking for him, but I assume so. Right, Zach? Zach?
Zach? Okay.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
He's moved into a new apartment. That's all I'm saying. Raph,
Yeah,
your
sorry
turn.
for the echo.
That's all I'm saying. Raph, your turn.
Thanks for tuning, everyone. It's 3 a.m. where I am, and yeah, shout out to the guys. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube at ThePokeRaf, and I'm the only Brit in this call, so I'm gonna head to bed now.
Yeah, and
Not true, Ralph. I'm 50% British.
Oh yeah, we know.
We
about
can't
you,
start
don't
with
we?
that one. No.
Go be careful. Go be careful.
Oh, that's true.
Wait, Zach, don't bring it up. That's after
Where's
this
your
week.
family from again?
It's
Your mom?
Tuesday, mate.
I gotta give a shout out to the boy, Infamous Trainer. He ain't with us right now, but you can check out his channel. I'll leave the link in the description down below. And look, his channel's on screen right now as we speak of him. So there we go. So thank you guys so much for coming out to the podcast. Hope we can have more of these. Yeah, HeartGold and SoulSilver won for us, but Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are definitely up there. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast. Later.
See you with the
Good
Black
night,
and White
everybody.
remake.